Hello! So normally you'd be seeing a shut up and sit down video, a full video review this time during the week. However, that was my video, and I sort of forgot that I was on holiday. Kind of bad green screened holiday. I don't really know how green screens work. I sort of just threw it on the wall. I think it needs to be ironed. That video will come out a little bit down the line when I'm back from my holiday. But for now, please enjoy this Twitch stream that we recorded just the other day. It's a stream of King of the Castle. If you're not familiar, it's kind of like if the King's Dilemma had Twitch chat. Every single viewer got filtered into one of 3 houses and then voted on various different things that were going to affect the kingdom because they wanted to get their own way. It pitches the Twitch streamer and Twitch chat against each other in a way that's really fun, and I thought it was unique and cool and interesting and maybe of value to people who like board games. If you want to take part in the next one, there will be streams on Tuesdays, the time where we're streaming at the moment, kinda. There won't be one this week because I was/is on holiday, kind of recording into the future. But if you're watching this in the future, come and catch one of the streams every Tuesday, 9 PM GMT. Should be pretty fun. Anyway, enough preamble. We'll have a video soon, but for now, enjoy King of the Castle. Let's go. Let's begin. You can still join, though. Everyone can still join. Dong. King of the Castle Primer. Monarch. Winning. Acquire an heir, then complete your ambition to win. Your first reign will likely end in disaster. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's fun. Monarch Schemes. Keep an eye on regions' schemes. If they pass all their stages, then they'll win the game. Monarch Defiance. Be careful of the region's Defiance stat. If it gets too high, the regions may rebel against you. Don't rebel. Don't rebel, okay? Nobles, please. Nobles winning. To win, pass all 2 stages of your scheme. Each stage requires... Oh, wait, this is nobles. This is you lot. Are you nobles? Oh, no. Chat doing exclamation mark rebel. That's fantastic. Okay, nobles. You guys, this is what you are, nobles. Nobles winning. To win, pass all 3 stages of your scheme. Each stage requires you to get stats to certain levels, which are affected in votes. How you vote is up to you for your region scheme to stop other schemes or for the good of the kingdom. Voting will be open at certain times of the game. Nobles Rebellion. If your defiance stat is high enough, you can rebel. This pauses your scheme and is risky, especially if you have low military. Remember that now. Remember that? It's risky. It's risky. Okay? You can either join King of the Castle. You can have the... I think if you have the PC game, you get, like, priority or something. But you can do everything in browser, I think. Continue. Each season you'll get 3 events to play. Click on one to get started. Okay. And do we do this? Okay, this is... Oh. Oops. Okay, this is tutorial still. The monarch must acquire an heir and complete their ambition to win the game. A spouse is useful, but not necessary. Complete your ambitions before a scheme, or rebellion usurps you, or before you lose all authority, treasury, or stability. This is your monarch, the streamer's character. They'll appear in most stories, but not all. These are the kingdom stats. If any of them are 0 at the end of the season, the game will end. Authority, stability, and treasury. We've got 3k! My goodness. These are the region stats. Stats determine which events are generated. Trade, farming, military, faith, defiance. If defiance is higher than both authority and stability, a region can trigger a rebellion. This will pause their scheme and be risky if military is low. You can scroll through the full list of nobles and their wealth here. So, can I have a look at you guys? Wow! You've all got a grand to your name as well. I can find, like, someone specific. I can find... Well, Elbent isn't in the game. But I can find people. I can seek you out in my noble list. Don't look for me. Okay. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are most difficult. You're new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. These fools can scheme their way out of a paper bag. Better kings than you have been toppled by their treacherous nobles, your majesty. To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question is this. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Yo. What do I mean, what do I want? Do I want to be the greatest king who ever lived? I want to be a peacekeeper, father of the nation, a saint, an architect of the new golden age? Tom Brewster is a saint. Can I move the camera a little bit lower to the left? Where should I go? In the bottom left hand of the screen, do you think? Should I go down here instead? Does this make sense? Or should I be somewhere else? I can sort of... Bleginald's a little big, isn't he? Smaller. Bottom left is cooler. So that covers up the stats. You just can't yet... I'll go right... I'll go right here. You know what? I'll cover up this row of stats at the bottom, the bottom here. Oh no, I can put myself on my head. Look, I could be up here. There we go. So this is where I'll go for now. Okay, Gang, I think I want to be a saint. I think I want to be a saint. I'm going to be a saintly ruler. Church will have you respectable with anyone else. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Alright, okay. Okay. This is the south. We can't click on you. This is the east. You're over here. The coast is not much of a coast. Jeez. You've got so much territory, gang. Alright. Council introduction. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the desolate east, the wealthy coast, and of course, the scorching south. Let's introduce ourselves to the Council of the East. Premium nobles. This is the player who's bought King of the Castle. They can set their customization and get access to special outfits appear often in storylines. Hello, Countess Cindy. In order to finally make your acquaintance, Your Majesty, may you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Countess Cindy is now the, there you are, Cindy is now the, your spokesperson, I guess, Council of the East. Introduce yourself to the patricians of the coast. Hello, noble patrician Jamami. A pleasure, Your Serene Highness. I hope you to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. I like your mask. Oh, because they have masks. Okay, great. Introduce yourselves to the Grandees of the south. Grandee Elbent. May the ninth God bless your reign, Your Highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. This is what the council is like. No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. All right, let's become a king. What are these people? Exclamation marks. Demand favor. I can see this. I can see you scheming. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Shouldn't I be giving the orders now? Of course, Your Majesty, but to delay any longer would make their nobles restless. And when the nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. Very well, then, what must I do? As in tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Oh! Alright, let's get it over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Certain choices will change stats. Some choices will do so. Certain choices will change stats. Some choices that do so will indicate this change here. Not all choices that change stats have these indicators, and they do not show the region affected. Okay. There are upcoming choices your nobles will vote on. Each of these may change stats in some way. The monarch can change how a vote is run with a law. You may only use one law per vote. Try using your veto on the option you dislike. When the vote opens, nobles vote using the command !vote followed by the choice letter, vote A, for example. The monarch may close the vote any time after all nobles have voted, or the timer hits 0. You know, as soon as I hit 0, it's over. Okay, and so I can veto. The monarch can take so I can take a voting option off the table, or I can mark my preferred voting option. Okay, so what are our options? Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, which will decrease our money but will make our stability go up. We can proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. Faith. I'm all about God. Yeah, I think this example. Okay, sorry. People are talking about how to throw the king into the river. Stability, and we get less authority. Troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. More military and less authority. Well, I think we should. I think we should. Okay, so I don't. If I do monarch's choice, this is my monarch's choice, and I can't. Oh, I can't veto. Oh, I choose. Okay, so I can veto something with that. Okay, but I can only have one vote, so I can show you what I want. Does that change anything? I presume it doesn't. Let's start the vote. And look, it shows you that it's my. Wow! Wow! Oh, for goodness sake! Already with the river. It's not me that. Is it me that's going in the river, or is it the old king that's going in the river? Guys? King baby. That's so mean. I think I will, to keep things clipping along, I will just end the votes as soon as it hits the 0. I think that makes sense. We stand a wet king by the looks. What can Coronation be helpful to? 53 nobles. 19 from Yellow House, 20 from Green House, 14 from Purple House. Throw the king into the river. This shows which stats changed and how much by. Okay. It is decided the king will be thrown into the river. Stability is now civil. Authority is now dubious. I see. Okay, it is decided the king will be thrown into the river. Let me get changed into my nice robes. No, we'll just... Yeah, let me get changed into my nice robes. The nobles pick you up and carry out to the Trebles River, hurling you to the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb up the bank, soaking wet, the chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles' stifling giggles? I should hope they're stifling giggles. Now that you've played all events, advance the game by clicking End Season. Okay. Clonk. Each region will now vote for one of 3 randomly selected schemes. Schemes are made up of 3 stages of specific stat requirements. Passing all 3 scheme stages places the region's claimant on the throne, winning the game. Count to the east, Luda. Hello, Luda. My fellow counts, in ancient times the east was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Tom wears the crown. Voting is now open. What scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Luda, on the throne? Is Luda one of you? I can check the noble list, can't I, actually? Luda is not one of you, I guess. Unless it's capital sense. No, it isn't. Luda is just a character. Claimants are game generated. I see. Okay. Blood ritual. Hold on. Doppelganger. Blood ritual or possession. Gang. Gang. You really... House Purple really wants blood ritual to happen. Oh no. Oh no. Voting is now closed. 25 nobles voted for a blood ritual. Of course you did. Great. Thanks, gang. The counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all other regions, paving a clear path to the throne. But first they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. To advance the scheme, the counts must be the region with the highest farming in 4 seasons. Alright. Great. Good job, gang. Patricians. Eulalia. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Tom. Something must be done. What scheme should the patricians pursue to overthrow the new king? Subterfuge, monopoly, or corruption? It's demon time. Yeah, purple's, like, this seems much more, like, normal. I mean, you know, subterfuge and corruption pretty bad. But, it's, regardless. Tom, you're going very fast. Oh, am I speaking too fast for chat? I can speak slower. Or am I going too fast? So you can see that people's nobles. Oh yes, we can move me. I'll put myself down in the corner real small, shall I? There we go. You should... I think the extension shows you what faction you're in. Mostly starting the vote too fast. Oh, okay. Sure. I will be slower on the voting, on the streaming. Oh wait, the vote's done. We're good. Am I okay in this corner? I think I'm fine, right? Little corner. Okay, continue. Voting is closed. The patricians are going to vote for the monopoly. They're going to raise their own trade. Quite a normal goal, I think. a pretty regular goal. Okay, I'll let things sit for a little bit longer if there's a delay. Cool. Yeah, hold on. DRG over says nobody puts King Tom in the corner except Tom. That's true. I need to look more regal, and I need to have a... I need to be bigger, really, don't I? I need to assert my dominance over the space. Unless I put myself on my throne up here. You can look. I should be this big, shouldn't I? Really? No. I'll put myself in my little corner. I'll put myself in my little tiny Tom corner. All right. Patricians plan to privatize the entire damn kingdom, but first they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh, and it shows your individual stats here. Right, okay. Cool. Gotcha. Oh, and this is your goal. I see. Okay, it shows you what your goal is. The Grandees from the south. You have Vargas. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the south, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Let's go, Grandees. What scheme should the Grandees pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Vargas, on the throne? Intimidation, fervor, or excommunication? I think the vote's already open, isn't it? Okay, cool. It opens straight away, but I'll leave it a little bit longer. Also, thank you for anyone who subbed or followed or did anything like that. I haven't been able to see them so good because chats moves pretty quick with everyone voting and stuff. How long should I leave this after the ding? Because the ding, you know, the ding's hit. Oh, it's neck and neck on my side for intimidation, excommunication. 15 each. My goodness. Just one vote to tip the balance. Intimidation, is it? Raise others' defiance. Further grey zone farming puts you in direct opposition to the counts. Excommunication, lower stability. Feels terrible. There are 55 nobles in each house. How many nobles are there in each house? Does it say? Noble list. 145 nobles. That's so many of you. Blimey. Okay, we're going to continue now. Got to keep things moving. Voting is now closed. 16 nobles vote for intimidation. Raise others as defiance. Great. Great. The ding seems good. Should we keep the ding? Should we just keep the ding? The Grandees plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. What? First they must distract the spy master. To advance their scheme, the Grandees must raise other regions as defiance to a combined total of at least 6, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 4 seasons. Bloody hell. Here you can review, in the claimants, here you can review the region's schemes and their claimants. When you have an heir, they will appear to the right of this page. If your reign ends abruptly, the nobles will vote for the next monarch. The vote is bespoke between 2 regions with the highest combined stats and your heir if you have one. Okay, I see. Your Majesty, these upstarts say they have the right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. I do not have an heir currently. Oh, and you have 3 steps, don't you, to your things? I see. It's not just one. Okay. End season. That was what I was meant to do, right? I was meant to end season. And now we have events. Oh. Let's deal with everything. Let's deal with something at home first. Does this mean we're going up in the world on Defiance? Oh, wait, no. That's... Okay, that's yellow wants these 2 to be up. This is they want the highest, I guess. Okay. Honor guard. Marshal, now that you are king, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not? Please don't hurt me. You need an honor guard to keep you safe from such dangers, your majesty. Unfortunately, this is a political decision. Well, what are my options? Each region offers a selection of elite guards. The counts at the Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, the patricians with champion gladiators from the arena, and the Grandees offer the fiercest battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. Think carefully, your majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'll be loyal to coin above all. Well, tell me about these Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. God, they're so goth. They're so goth. Yeah, chat being like, battle nuns, absolutely. Like, I do kind of want to go for the nuns. Who are they from? Were they the patricians? Because the patricians, if I give them the nuns, they'll... because the battle nuns will be quite close to me and they want to raise defiance. That seems like a misplay straight out the gate. They mostly write poems these days. Tell me about... tell me about the Coastal Gladiators. A gang of low-born crooks who've turned themselves into celebrities with their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're vain and selfish. Their skill in battle is undeniable, but can you trust them? Tell me about these southern battle nuns, then. Terrifying warriors, and they've sworn a vow of silence, so at least they won't spill state secrets. But their faith and loyalty to the church above all, even your safety. What foreign mercenaries do you suggest? A band of fearsome fighters in the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will be considered an insult to all the other regions. But I have obviously made my decision. Oh, wait, hold on. The Southern Nuns. Defiance. Ooh. So Defiance wavers either way. If I pick the Nuns, presumably the other region's Defiance will go up, because they'll be mad, which is exactly what the Nuns want. Wait, are they from the Grandees? They are, aren't they? The Patricians have the most difficult path to overthrow you, though. Pick Patricians are the only team not actively trying to destroy the realm. Hold on. Yeah, good point. Where was the thing that I can see the, like, how do I see your needs again? I don't know. I guess I'll find out later on. Okay, I'm going to try the nuns because the nuns just seem too cool. I'll make the arrangements at once. Okay, right. South of Loyal. This is terrible. This is exactly what I thought would happen has happened. The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing before filling into formation behind your throne. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty silly straight off the bat. Okay. Horror in the East or an untimely death. Both of these sound like terrible options, but let's go and do some horror, I guess. I'm sorry about your gladiators. Patricians, I'm so sorry about your gladiators. I'm so sorry. Hey, look, it's Count Deathlock 546! Your Grace, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. That does sound ghastly. Great look, Deathlock 546. Yeah, looking killer. Thank you for the sub, Axlicious. 28 months, my goodness. Only a few have seen the beast and lived to tell the tale. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Some choices have uncertain outcomes called challenges. These can either be random or based on a stat. The percentage shows the chance of success. Okay. How should the council deal with the monster in the east? Do we send the count's army to deal with the abomination? Which is a good test of them, because they did seem pretty... You know, they had their cool goth knights that have been out of the picture for a while. Or offer a substantial bounty on the monster, which will lower defiance, which is exactly what we want. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not. It's you vote, don't you? Crikey. This is no concern of ours. Down on farming and down on stability. I will select my veto, and I will get rid of this is no concern of ours, because that seems real bad. So that's gone. And now we can start the vote. We have to do something. We got to do something. People seem to be pretty keen on getting the Goth Knights to go and fight the monster. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at the... You can just see all of the Grandees being, like, the option that creates, like, less defiance. One of you... Who's this? Who voted for... I wish I knew who this exact person was who voted for the bounty. You did the sort of... You did the equivalent of what I did on that first thing. Right, continue. Closed. Voting is closed. Dinner bell closed. We're going to send the Count's army to deal with the abomination, which is a dice roll. Great job, gang. The regiment marches in circles for weeks through swamps and mud, but fails to hunt down the elusive beast. Failed. When they return, many soldiers appear to have brought back some manner of disease from the bog. They're coughing, pale, and too weak to hold their swords. Their military is now inadequate. Yeah, that's right. Your Goth Knights... They suck. Meanwhile, the monster attacks continue to menace the east. You hear reports that it no longer confines attacks to the night time. Oh, great. Soon peasants are too afraid to tend their crops, which lie rotting in the fields. Farming is now... It's still fruitful, but it's gone down. Stability is now stable, but it's gone down a little bit. So stability is... I'll presumably want to keep that pretty high up. But the east, you know, there's no way around it. You shit the bed. Come on now. All right, let's deal with this untimely death. I like this little sort of... That's cute, because from there it looks like a big 2D. It's the big 2D, and then you zoom in, and you can see another little... Ooh, lovely. All right. It's Lord Patrician Beardy Foxbear II. Wow, I love your mask and your hat. Murder. My father... Wait, hold on. I did that wrong. Murder! My father, Lord Patrician Beardy Foxbear, has been murdered, and I know who did it. Unfortunately, Lord Patrician Beardy Foxbear has died, and Beardy Foxbear II has joined the council. It was Grandee Lepac by Stean Storm. Don't let him deny it. Oh, and that's another user? There you are, with $1,000. R.I.P. It wasn't us. I won't deny that I killed the venerable Lord Patrician Beardy Foxbear. Grandee Lepac has entered the picture, but it was no murder. Beardy Foxbear agreed to an honourable duel, which I won. By all that glitters, it was no duel, it was a cold-blooded killing. What reason would my father possibly have to duel you in the first place? The reason for any duel is between the challenger and the challengee, a private matter not fit for this council. Where's Beardy Foxbear's J'accuse? What is the council's response to accusations that Lepac is a murderer? Lepac is a murderer. Do we hold a trial for Grandee Lepac? This Grandee is a danger to all. Do we imprison him? The spy master should investigate to find evidence of this claim, or a duel is a duel. Let the accused go free. Oh, there's a cooldown on my veto, so all I can do is mark my preferred option. I think we should. I think we should hold. I think we should hold a trial for Grandee Lepac, guys. I think he did a bad thing. He didn't tell anyone that he was going to do that big murder, and yet he went and did it, right? Let's start the vote. It's very satisfying seeing all the votes come in. It's delightful. I should not put my Monarch's choice on anything because no one wants to vote for the thing that I choose. I do really like already how this game like leverages, because you know Twitch chat, generally speaking, wants the streamer to sort of to have a bad time in some way, right? Like you know, there's always a kind of this idea that like you want to like that you want to undermine the streamer, and I love the way that this game weaponizes that. Okay, it looks like the votes are in. This Grandee is a danger to us all. We're going to imprison him. Voting is closed. Voting is closed. Look, there's only one Grandee in there, by the looks. 29 nobles voted for this Grandee is a danger to all. Imprison him. Unacceptable. This is a direct violation of our cultural rights to be punished for following the ancient codes and with no evidence. Oh, hello, Grandee, Mr. Exemia. The ninth god's wrath upon you all. Defiance is now grumbling in the south. Now that's good. We want that because, yeah, we want that. We want that. Caesar Jack, you do not need the game to join. No, you can just do /join and your pronouns, and then you will be in the game. Thank you, Twitch chat, for also being like, nope, and chatting. That's very helpful. Beardy Foxbear, it's clear where his wrath now lies. Murderer, this is exactly what you deserve. Defiance is now cordial. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, that worked out very well. All right. Avenge me, Grandees. You're in prison, Lepak. You're in prison. Okay. So that's the end of that season. What was the way... How could I see... How could I see people's... Like, there was a thing that it said. It was like, you can click this button to see... Like, it's not in settings, is it? No. There was a button that you could click to see everyone's goals, but I can't remember where that is. Anyway, we'll find out. A bit unfair, King, but he did deserve it. All right, end season. Nobles can use their wealth to build any building in any region, each of which affects a stat. This is done through an auction where only the two most funded buildings are chosen. When the auction is open, this is fantastic. Nobles can fund with the following command: !fund X, where X is personal. Oh, not A. Fund A X, where X is personal wealth. When you're ready, hit start auction to begin the auction. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have in the counts. No, I'm not going to do this. This is just silly. Let's not do that. Let's not do a little... I can't do the, you know, whatchamacallit, the... I don't even know what it's called, auctioneer. I can't do the auctioneer voice. Counts, you have the choice between an aqueduct or a stadium. An aqueduct will make farming go up. A stadium will make military go down. Military go down? That's interesting. The Grandees, a cathedral that will increase faith, or a deer park that will decrease farming. The patricians can build a grand bazaar that will increase trade, or a theatre that will decrease authority. So, yeah, we have to... Sorry for everyone saying how much they're voting on stuff. I'm sorry. Start auction. Here we go. So only the... This is the personal wealth. Only the two highest funded will be built. That's very interesting. Oh, wow! So, !fund, then a letter, then how much you're funding for that much wealth. And I guess, oh, interesting. So you don't have to vote, you don't have to fund your own place's building, I guess. A lot of people quite keen on that deer park as well. So is Aqueduct good for... I can't remember what the counts want to do. They just want everyone to have high farming? Patricians want to have the highest trade? I can't remember. I know the Grandees want. They just want farming. They want the most farming. Okay. Most or equal farming? For your blood ritual, of course. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't want this blood ritual to happen. I like that it shows you who the richest nobles are, the people who held on to their cash. And that's a worrying number of Grandees who still have money. Okay, so we funded an aqueduct to increase farming and a grand bazaar to increase trade. Who knew? Who knew the things that people wanted would get funded? All right, end season. So they're going to appear on the map, are they? Oh. Oh, are they not? I thought they would turn up. Hey, well. All right. What should we do first? Finding a spouse, an impassioned plea, or an escape to... I feel like we should do this again to see what happens with the East, because that's kind of fun. Yes, sorry, it's the good kind of blood ritual. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But just wants 5 more trade. I don't understand what that means. They want 5 more trade than everyone else? Anyway, we'll see. Okay, let's do the escaped experiment. Spy Master. Apparently something has escaped from the cellars of Count Vegfriend's castle. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local. Peasant. Hello, Your Majesty. It was a right unholy sight. A monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognise my Aunt Edna's earlobes. Did it hurt anyone? Bring me Count Vegfriend! Or an abomination. I want to be brought Count Vegfriend. Count Vegfriend. Hello, Count Vegfriend. This creature is my life's work, Your Grace, and my son. His escape was regrettable. He just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have chained him up far more securely in my dungeon to ensure this won't happen again. Where's Vegfriend? Is Vegfriend in chat? I hope Vegfriend's in chat somewhere. I love Count Vegfriend too. High Inquisitor, it's too late for that, Count. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It is the only way to cleanse the world of your evil. Do we... What's to be done with the undead abomination created by Count Vegfriend? Burn both Vegfriend and his monster for increased defiance and faith and stability. Do we burn the monster but let the Count live for defiance, faith, and down on stability? The monster may live as long as it stays imprisoned, down on pretty much everything, or do we free the monster, a 50% stability roll? That's very fun. I'm not going to use my veto on this. Maybe I should use my veto on this. I think I'm going to select... I feel like... It's going to be really intriguing to see what chat makes of this, because there are... Oh, no. Oh, no! The voting power there, like the block of the counts there coming out in force to let their big monster son free. Incredible work. It's really those swing votes. Like the whole of the Grandees wants that defiance stat to go up. 48 votes for free the monster. 50. Blimey. Let's take it home. Voting is closed. The dinner bell has happened. That's it. What should be done with the abomination created by Vegfriend? 51 people said free the monster. No, Your Majesty, the boy's not ready for freedom. This will end in disaster. Oh. The council would free this unholy monstrosity and allow its twisted creators to go unpunished? What kind of message is it? No! My faith! Oh. Oh, no. That's what I want. That's what I want. You're all mad, you'll see. Doom will come to the east. Doom. Unfortunately, the High Inquisitor's words proved prophetic. Stability challenge failed. The abomination snaps after relentless bullying from the suspicious villagers. He goes on a spree across the east, torching the fields and murdering the peasants. Oh no. Tanking your farming is now just sufficient. Now just sufficient. Ha! Yeah. Got him indeed. Stability is now teetering. That's not good. Authority is now ineffective and defiance is now grumbling. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, we need to get a handle on this, gang. I feel like I should get a win before I try and find a spouse. Now I'm on the Santa Naughty list. Your Majesty, Grandee Lepac. Grandee Lepac! The Grandee you imprisoned for Lord Patrician Beardy Foxbear's murder is asked to speak with you personally. Something about a trial by combat. Oh, now defiance will go up. Presumably for the Grandees, which is kind of good. No, we should hear this guy out. We should see what he has to say. You're escorted downstairs to Lepac's cell, in which you find him praying in silence. Thank you for agreeing to meet me, Your Holiness. I have something to beg of you. Duels of honor are an integral part of Southern culture. So far, I have not had a proper trial with which to prove my innocence. I humbly ask you to let the Ninth God decide my fate and sanction a trial by combat. Don't listen to his lies. From Beardy Foxbear. Oh my god, lovely. Okay. Defiance. Okay. All of these have an effect on defiance. We want the Grandees' defiance to be higher than the other two's defiance, generally speaking. I mean, ideally we want theirs to be low, but we want the Grandees to be higher. So we should But it's funny to let him do a trial by combat, though, right? Maybe? Maybe that will increase our something? I don't know. I'm gonna have your sentence stand, Lepak. You're gonna have to stay. Execute him. Funny to mock him. You think it's funny? You think that'll be more... I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair and just. Can't sound disappointed. I'm gonna stand by the council's decision from last time. You made that choice, okay, gang. I can't say I'm not disappointed, but if it's the 9th will, then I will stay as long as I must. Defiance now insolent. Oh boy. Time to get a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, and even the spoilmaster. Spoilmaster? Why did I say it like that? But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. Have I been busy? Has it been urgent? But mother, I don't want to get married. I've been busy. I've been pretty busy. You'd better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Am I not interested in love? Am I any? I don't know what I am, gang. I'm going to find a cool, hot husband, I think. I think I'm going to find a cool, hot husband. But maybe we should just go for any and just see where the road takes us, you know? Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. I hope we get a cool marry the monster of the east. I hope we get a cool hunk. All right, end season. You may collect a common tax or target a specific region. Taxing a region will increase their defiance stat and decrease noble wealth. I can take away the money from the counts. Tax the Grandees. Tax the Grandees will increase their defiance, which is bad. I think we should sort of just tax everyone evenly. Probably. You better not. This patrician shall have some money. Plus 400. So hold on. Taxation effect. Extra defiance. I don't understand what that means. At the bottom here. This means that one place will get minus 400. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Did you get money based on your, like, on a difference, on, like, a certain stat? Like, the trade stat or something, of your region or something? I don't know. I think we're gonna stick with a common tax for now. I think. Oh, the council close and wooders are building new mills, making 500 wealth. The other neighbors go 200. Okay, so each time you get different stuff, right? Tax patricians, they have their goals. No, we're gonna be fair. We're gonna be fair. Okay. The true monster. I don't want to. I want to deal with the monster problem. Eligible bachelors. Let's start with husbando, potentially. I found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a part for life to have and to hold, don't forget. Yeah. I suppose so, but the alliance comes first. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible candlets. She whisks away the cloth on the first portrait. This is Vladim, the eldest heir of the Eastern Inclined Dynasty. Apparently they had a hell of a time getting them to smile for this portrait. I'm a bit skeptical of your magic, gang, your blood ritual. They've lost half the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately. They've got in some trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but didn't come into anything. Well, they're an intriguing candidate. From the coast, we have Rhoda, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Frank Scenario's estate. Frank Scenario is a fantastic name. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous, and apparently she's got a silver tongue, too. Her interests are typical of the coast. Money, 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 and making more of it. And apparently she has a dark side, though I don't know much more about that. I like the sound of her as well. I like the sound of her the most so far. I think that we need a bit of money, 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 you know? And I sort of need an efficient and ruthless business partner, because currently I'm too soft. I like the sound of her. And finally from the south, Ignazio, the eldest son of the Count Mipi lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? He's been in more duels than I can count and won them all. Unfortunately, he lacks the common touch. The peasants have some terrible nicknames for him. I don't like the look of him. Now, he's handsome. He's a handsome grandee. But 2 problems. Problem number 1, likes dueling, and we don't do dueling. We've been down that road. We have a no-tolerance policy to dueling. Get him out, get him out, get him out. Okay? And also, you know, Musk vibes, you know? Peasants have terrible nicknames for him. Musk vibes. Don't like the look. In the bin. I think we should have Rhoda, the coastal candidate. I think. I have made my decision. And I think we shall have Rhoda of the Coast. Please. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Defiance is now insolent in the east, aggrieved in the south, loyal from the patricians. Patricians, you're my gang. You're my gang this time. I'm ever wise. Thank you, Beardy Foxbear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I need to, if we do this again, which, you know, is looking increasingly likely as this game goes on, I'm going to get myself a massive crown. Okay, patricians will bring me great wealth. You better bring me great wealth. You're an 8 trade. I guess, okay, agricultural concerns can wait. No, we'll do the true monster right at the end. Agricultural concerns. It's Count Ender, N-D-E-R, 1010. Your Highness, there's a particular forest in the east that nobody's allowed to enter because it's owned by the king. If we cleared it, we could provide valuable as a pasture for cattle or growing crops, but right now it serves no purpose. So I own a whole forest? Several, as a matter of fact. You have exclusive hunting rights over them, but you never visit. You never visit. You never visit. I've petitioned the council to transfer ownership. Nothing personal. Should the King's Wood be given to Count Ender 1010 and turned into farmland, we can grant ownership of the council, which will decrease their defiance, good, increase their farming, and decrease their authority. You're allowed to buy the land, which will decrease your wealth, but it will increase our collective treasury, because you've got a load of money, Ender, if you're in chat. The King's Wood should remain property of the king. Ups defiance. I'm going to veto... It should not remain our property. No. We do not want more defiance. Everyone's gonna get along. Okay? I'm gonna start the vote. I'm trying to look around my. Oh, by the way, I moved. I moved house. So I'm in a new house, which is fun. But I'm looking around my cool new office space, if I'll call it that, to see if I've got anything that will pass as some kind of regal attire. This was the best I could come up with. And you can't even see it. I got my lanyard chain. And you'll hear it clink around as I stream. The royal lanyards. Alright, what happened? Whoa! 77 votes. He can buy it if he can afford it. From the Grandees and from the patricians, mostly there. The counts just wanted it for free. Of course he did. Of course he did. Voting is closed. We want the Chancellor crown. I can go and get the Chancellor crown. Should I do that? I'll do that in the next vote. Should the Kings Wood be given to the Count? Yes. He's allowed to buy the land if he can afford it. Oh, look at that. Look at that cash. Look at that money. 5 grand in the five big ones in the treasury. Lovely stuff. Of course I can afford it. What do you take me for? A beggar? His wealth has decreased to nothing. But the treasury is now 5 grand. Lovely. The forest is chopped down and turned to farm, then nobody's too upset except some foxes and deer, an old lady in his cottage who wasn't supposed to be there anyway. 2 more farming. Amazing. Where did the spare money come from? He just didn't spend anything. He paid 1,500, but you get 1,700. Yeah. That's economics. Thank you for your sacrifice, Ender. If you're in chat, I haven't seen Ender in chat. However, the loss of the King's Wood is seen symbolic as the king losing power to his nobles. Authority is now mocked. Trickle up economics. Mocked! Oh. I'm mocked and unstable. It's terrible. Alright, the true monster. Here we go. Hello, Deathlock546, and your incredible fit. Your incredible look. Remember when I came to you with word of a monster preying upon peasants of the east? Oh, that monster! Not the other monster. Great, okay. It's difficult to forget. I have reason to believe the culprit may be one of my fellow counts. Count Ultimate Wombat, to be precise. Which is very funny, the idea of the true monster just being an absolutely hench wombat. The peasants believe the Count Ultimate Wombat transforms into a colossal bloodthirsty beast, a wombat, once every 7 nights. Incredible. Why do you trust the word of peasants? Bah, sounds unlikely. Or do we know of something like this ever happening before? Let's ask that first. Only in legend, King Karvek II was said to turn into such a beast and slaughter his servants at night. More monsters. A wombat monster, your majesty! He's... But in the day he was as mild-mannered as a baby duck and had no memory of his crimes. Perhaps the same is true here. What should I do? Pray do not call a public vote on the matter. It would embarrass Count Ultimate Werewolf... Count One Night Ultimate Werewolf greatly for no good reason. No, this matter should be put to a vote. That'll up the defiance, which is bad. I'll send a team of inquisitors to investigate these claims. Up our faith. That is what we want. Absolutely not. I should arrest Count Ultimate Wombat at once. That'll up our authority, which we're in need. We're mocked at the moment. I'll send a message to make him control himself. I think we should send him a team of inquisitors. I think that'll up their defiance, but that's pretty bad, isn't it? Because then when we've got defiance across the board looking pretty bad. It has to happen. Very well, Your Grace, whatever you say. A team of inquisitors are dispatched to investigate the claim that Count Ultimate Werewolf sometimes turns into a monster. Hopefully they'll return intact. The counts, of course, register their disapproval of the church's meddling in their private affairs. Defiance is now aggrieved. Oof. Oh, we're getting a nice slow pan here. Oh, and okay, that was it. Just a little nice slow pan. We can end the season now. Plonk. Here you can adopt a new law that alters how voting is run. You can only adopt one new law at a time, and you have a maximum of 3 laws to use. Okay. Royal Gamble, plus 400 treasury if the nobles vote. That is sick. That is sick. I love gambling. I love... Okay. Otherwise, minus 100 treasury. Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favourite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. No, that's horrible. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. That's also horrible. Let's have Royal Gamble. Let's put it all on red. Continue to the rebellion report. One or more regions are able to rebel as a defiance that is higher than both authority and stability. If the rebels get more victory points than the loyalists, they win the game. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebels, they'll put down the rebellion and continue the game. If multiple regions rebel and win, a vote between the two... Oh my goodness, okay, hold on. If one or more regions are able to rebel. Bloody hell. As their defiance stat is higher than both authority, yes, and stability. Yes, that's bad. If the rebels get more victory points than the loyalists, they'll win the game. I don't quite understand what that means. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebels, they'll put down the rebellion and continue the game. If multiple regions rebel and win, a vote between the two rebelling regions with the highest stats will determine the successor. Okay. Important, rebelling regions have their schemes paused. Regions with a high military stat are more likely to overthrow the monarch with a rebellion. If stability, authority, and treasury hit 0, the rebels will win the civil war. Right. Great. Okay. So, this is bad. Patricians would never. Of course you wouldn't. You're my baby boys. You're lovely. People in chat doing !rebel. Okay, I don't think you can choose to rebel just yet. You're on the verge. Wait, you're on the verge, but that, okay. Does that, because you are higher than both. Defiance is higher than both authority and stability. So if I end year, will that happen? Oh no. Oh no, gang. 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 Alright, no, we gotta go we're gonna pretend we're gonna do something normal. We're gonna go we're gonna deal with your imprisoned Grandee, guys. Look, it's Mr. Eczema. I wanted this would happen, Your Holiness. The people of the South are outraged that you refused to allow Lepak a proper trial by combat. I'm so sorry, but he did a duel, and we didn't like it. Many farmers have already thrown down their tools in protest. Some even threatened to march to the capital and free him by force. Don't rebel. Don't rebel, okay? You won't free him. He's already dead. I mean, in prison. He's in prison, okay? It's as I said, the right to trial by combat is a sacred part of our culture. You must reconsider. Nonsense! There's Beardy Foxbear. He's back. Beardy Foxbear II. Grandee Lepak is justly serving time for the murder of my father, lest you forget. Allow me to put these upstart labourers to the sword. That will teach them to get in the way of the king's justice. Bloody hell. What will be done about the disgruntled southerners calling for Grandee Lepak's release? Either ignore their concerns, release Lepak, have coastal forces rout the southern peasants, or allow Lepak a trial by combat. Bloody hell. Everyone wants a general strike. This is horrible. Don't free my father's murder of political convenience, my lord. See, I am worried that if I do free Lepak or allow him his trial by combat, I will sway my sturdy patricians, who I love so much. Ignore their concerns, release Lepak, have coastal forces rout the southern peasants. Lepak. I mean, because this is the thing, I can gamble, I can veto. I don't want to release him, but I don't want the coastal forces to do anything either. Oh, this is horrible. Because these are all nasty choices. Authority's going down. Okay, I think I definitely don't want to just release him. That seems like the weakest option. I'll veto it. Okay. Grandees won't rebel if you lower their defiance. You can't weaken the position because they want to defend you against rebellions. You're too right. Let's start the vote. I'm going to go and get my little hat while you do your horrible voting. I hate how this is going already. Oh, that's pretty close. I've got my mask. See, this is where you this is where that this is the peek behind the cardboard curtain. It's just cornflakes, just cornflakes, gang. The problem with this is that I can't see if I have it on. I need to have it in the background somehow, but this is just curtain. It's not gonna work, is it, gang? No, my suspension disbelief. Close the vote. Why? I don't want you to do some routing, but I guess that's what's gonna happen. Vote closed. Voting is now closed. Quit stalling the king's justice. It was Oates all along. You're right. Okay. Coastal forces are going to rout the southern peasants. A few disorganized peasants are no match for actual troops. They scatter like the wind at the first hint of a fight. Thanks, Coast. Thanks, patricians. Got my back. Would you look at that? I suppose Mr. Grandee, Mr. Exemia says, would you look at that? I suppose they weren't that scary after all. You showed them, Your Majesty. Ahem. Grandee Lepac has been imprisoned. Lepac II has joined the council. Oh, no. Atheist Addict is leading a rebellion amongst the Grandees of the south. This is bad. Let's go and talk to the east. Let's see if we can smooth things over there and not get you to rebel. That would be bad. Your Majesty, I've received word back from the Inquisitors you sent east to investigate the claims about Count Ultimate Wombat and his nocturnal activities. And we placed Count Ultimate Wombat in heavy iron chains and waited till nightfall. He transformed into a vicious monster, black fur, claws like scythes. It broke free and killed a dozen Inquisitors before we subdued it. It is clear that Count Ultimate Wombat was a devil worshipper, cursed by the ninth god for his sins. We request permission to burn him alive in the town square. That's crazy. That's insane. That's ridiculous. They definitely shouldn't. Burn, burn, burn. That's your answer to everything. Yeah, and the ninth god said the seventh god shall burn in a hell made from his own torrid flesh, and all who follow it shall burn also. Too right, sister. Now, I'd like the idea of having more faith, because that's what I want, because I want to be I want the faith. I don't want more defiance from the counts, who I'm trying to be my buddies now. So you guys are going to get to decide what's going on, because I want to work with you here, okay? I want to work with you here, the blood ritual counts. We don't want the blood ritual to happen, okay? Ninth God's watching, Your Highness. Do not think you can defy his will. What should be done with Count Ultimate Wombat, the monster in the east? Send soldiers to kill him in secret, which will up defiance, authority, and downgrade our military. Throw him in your dungeons, which will up my authority and military, but lower stability. I can order him to keep control of his condition. You behave now, sir. Less defiance, less stability. Burn him alive in public. Up defiance and faith. I think that we've got the Grandees want... I know that you're going to try and vote for the burning, so I'm going to put money on you voting for the bloody burning. I'm actually tense. I'm tense. Now here we go. Here comes the. Oh no! Oh, this is crazy. I want to work with you here. What's your names? I shouldn't have forgotten your names. That's bad. The counts. I want to work with you here. And look, we're in. Dinner bell's done. Dinner bell's donged. He's just gonna keep it in check. Done. And I spent 500 money on that. That's okay. We're going to make him keep control of his condition. We're just going to ask politely. Count Ultimate Wombat, good to meet you at last. I can only apologize for my indiscretions. From now on, I will confine myself to the dungeon wherever I experience my little episodes, and I appreciate you handling this matter privately. I lost some money, but, hey, you guys are just insolent now. Okay? Just insolent. Pretty good. A few days later, you hear word the monster attacks have ceased. Unfortunately, rumor spreads the king refused to punish the monster devastated so many. Yeah, okay. Stability is bad, so, hey, look, you're more chill, but it's still bad. Okay. Royal wedding. Let's just get married to Rhoda. Your wedding to Rhoda is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Burgess Cathedral with Rhoda at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, is a feast, and after the feast, a dance, and your new wife Rhoda laps up your attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. Your defiance can't go any lower the coast, and the south and the east, you're pretty chill too, but stability is a little bit better. Oh, look at that. Our stability is only teetering, and our authority is only ineffective. Rebellion quashed by a nice little marriage. By the time you find yourself alone with Rhoda, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It's such a wonderful day, wasn't it? I am going to agree with her. You endure a long conversation in which Rhoda seems determined to flatter you relentlessly and agree with everything you say. By night's end, you still don't know who Rhoda really is. Her real personality is concealed beneath 100 layers of etiquette. You go to your separate bedchambers, still strangers. Oh, look at these votes to rebel. Thank you, the counts, by the way, for for trusting that things were going to be okay. All right, stop exclamation mark rebel. Constantly. Okay, end season. For now. Okay? You remember where your bread is buttered. Late at night, two counts meet in Ancient Stone Cemetery to discuss their schemes against the king. What? I was just being nice. Our grain stores are looking much more impressive than the rest of the kingdom. And they are as well, aren't they? Yes, and I've had peasants from the coast moving into my land, desperate to sponge on my prosperity. Farming is now bountiful. Oh, sorry, I should have been reading these names. Count Willeth. How delightful, but won't summoning this demon be difficult? It's magic beyond our usual fare. Count Crespistolch. The walls of reality are sturdy, but they can be weakened. A tide of blood must swallow this kingdom in its wake. Chaos. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Yikes. That's very fast. Establishing a monopoly. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Lord Patrician Nuclear Twister 6, the coast's economy has never been better, making more money than I know what to do with. Noble Patrician Arashi Korobara says, money breeds money. I've made a series of investments to improve our profits even more. But what do we do with all the rest of this gold? Some patricians' wealth has increased. Someone's got a little bit of cash. Time to start buying things, of course. Land, road, bridges. We'll buy up the whole kingdom piece by piece. But first, the king must be in desperate need of our gold. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. And I'm a gambler as well. So that's bad. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grandee Alferanzmacabre strolls through his vineyard in the company of a few close friends. Ninth, give me strength. The king's spies still follow our every move. We'll never catch him unawares at this rate. Kimmerlaut says, alas, we need to step up our efforts, or the throne will forever be beyond our reach. The Grandee's aim is to raise other regions' defiance to a total of at least 6 to ensure another region begins a rebellion. I forgot about that part. Your Majesty's upstart saying they have a right to a throne. No doubt the numbers are escaping. Okay, that's fine. So okay. Good that the Grandees were keeping you in check. All right. You know, we had this little duel fiasco. You know, it's not gonna happen again. Helping hand, stargazing, troll in the dungeon. Oh boy. Let's see what the. I mean, let's tackle the Grandees first. The stargazing. Zombie teriyaki. Grandee zombie teriyaki. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. These arch boffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the ninth god's wrath. Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for an observatory high in the southern hills, but it's on Grandee zombie teriyaki's lands, and they refuse to let us build there. Such things are heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the ninth god intended. Who put you up to this idea? I bet it was one of those patricians like Dusday. Should the scholars be allowed to build an observatory on zombie Teriyaki's lands? We can A, construct the observatory. B, find a different site for the observatory. C, forbid the construction of the observatory. Or forbid construction and investigate the scholars' funding. Blimey. Well, we want faith. We want that faith to get higher, but no one wants it except for me, right? No one wants the faith to go higher. What do people want generally? They want the treasury to go down. They want us to spend money. They want stability to go down, which is not being affected here. And they want defiance to go up. So people aren't going to want to vote for the, I don't know. Maybe I won't use any of my things. I'm just going to mark my preferred options this one and be like, hey gang, I'm trying my best here. Please help me. Start vote. I'm going to have some sip from the royal water. Wow, all the votes coming in. Unbelievable. 50% roll on authority. I should have vetoed that one, really. Because the other two didn't have any outcomes people knew about. But then no one wants there to be less defiance, do they? No one wants me to win. I guess it's time to construct an observatory. Voting is closed. I need a gavel. That's what I need. Construct the observatory. The Grandees grumble and groan, but construction goes ahead. Over time, the observatory provides new jobs and brings many travelling scholars to the area, paying for itself many times over. Authority challenge succeeded. Defiance is now aggrieved in the south. You guys hate me. Blimey. Trade is now wealthy. Lovely. Wait, that's good for you. You got some good stuff out of it. All right, nicely done. Let's go get a helping hand. Rhoda! What's going on? I had something I wanted to ask of you. What can I do for you? I don't have a long piece of paper. What can I do for you? We've got to take time to do these things. As you surely know, I run a very successful jewelers guild back home in the coast, but the current laws are a little restrictive for my trade. Lots of tariffs and regulations. You know how it is. I was hoping you could push for some changes in the council. Eliminate some of the import duties on Ateshi jewels, perhaps. That is corruption. That is corruption. But you'll make the coast president achievement. I think it's only fair. The other regions just can't compete with us in the jewelry trade anyway. Patricians are my, it's fraud. You are my buds. That's the problem, isn't it, really? And it is corruption, and that will lower our authority. But then I do like Rhoda. I kind of like Rhoda, Will I be corrupt for you? Patricians? Oh, patricians. Oh, for patricians, I'm going to assemble the council. Marvellous, I'll see you there. This is bad. Should import tax on foreign jewels entering the coastal port be reduced? Reduce import taxes, which will increase defiance, it will increase trade, and it will increase our treasury. Do we ban the import of Atashi gemstones, which will decrease our trade, increase defiance, and increase authority, or do we do nothing? I'm not going to gamble. I can't waste any money. I could just veto one of these annoying ones, because upping defiance, I kind of want this to go through, really. I kind of want the patricians to stay my best boys, and the trade doesn't matter, and we get more money. So if I veto the banning, maybe this'll get me some cash, so that they're still a little bit. See, now this is silly, isn't it? Really, patricians. This is, your representative, your spokesperson, my wife said, "Hey, we're gonna get more money. We're gonna improve the standing of the patricians," and you went ahead and did this. You're voting against the interest of wife, and for that, you will be punished. You won't be punished. I'm a completely ineffectual. You cannot have more money. Yes, I can. I would like more money, please, and I'd like to spend it. 75 nobles voted for do nothing. Great. When Rhoda doesn't get the result she wanted, she leans over to whisper in your ear. Thank you for trying. I'll admit defeat on this one for now. Yes. Great outcome. Wife still loves me. Troll in the dungeon. I know you don't want me to have money, Conman AU, but I would like it. She never loved you. She does love me in her own way, in a way that exclusively benefits her. Okay? Your Majesty, the Palace Watch are reporting that there's a troll downstairs in the dungeon. What's a troll? Everybody run for your lives. Everyone run. No, let's. Both of these make me look a little bit silly. But I don't know what a troll is. What's a troll? Violent British creatures. I've no idea how one got into a dungeon, but better do something about it. At least the marshal was kind, rather than being like, you're a dingus. I'll deal with the monster before it hurts anyone. What if we could talk to these creatures? Your Majesty, I'm not sure that's wise. You stride past her and descend into the dungeons. Two watch officers stand guard over a troll who's snoring in the middle of an empty cell. He seems to have torn a hole in the dungeon wall. Wake up, poke it until it wakes up. How did it get here? Or you should just kill it. I look at it and I'm like, no. How did it even get in here? The catacombs would be my guess. These dungeons all back onto various tunnels and crypts. It must have made this hole on its way in. What are the catacombs? A maze of tunnels and crypts that crisscross the whole city. Impossible to navigate. Most who go looking for a tomb never come back these days. We should probably kill it, really, shouldn't we? We should probably kill it. It's true that talking to the trolls is actually probably one of my worst habits in real life. No, I mean, what if we could talk to these creatures? What if we could talk to these creatures? The troll barely moves. Let's kill... You know, we tried to get it to wake up. We tried to get it to wake up. Let's kill it. Say no more, Your Majesty. The officers move in, execute the hapless creature while they're still unaware. The troll's body is dumped in the Treadwater River, though it's hard to keep such things secret. Riverside peasants start spreading. Oh, what? What if it could have killed me, to be fair? Redfall 111, it's not an animal, it's a troll, and it deserves to be killed, okay? Lol, yes, haha. Chat, you're mean, you're horrible people. Less horrible than me, obviously. I just did the right thing, given the difficult circumstances end season. Ah, time to buy things. Don't buy things yet, we haven't started the auction yet. Counts, cathedral for more faith, a prison for less stability. Brilliant. The Grand Bazaar for trade, the Thieves Guild for less trade, the Aqueduct for more farming, the Observatory for less faith. Let's start an auction. Buy whatever you want to buy. Buy whatever you fancy. Oh, lots of people joining. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, King of the Castle game. Wow, the people who made the video game. Thank you for your raiding party of 44 human beings. We're halfway through a messy one. I'm losing, I think, pretty badly. Straight up. This game's great. I'm really enjoying myself. So, oh, bloody hell. 10 grand on a prison. The most expensive prison the land has ever seen. I don't like this one bit. Why can't we just build the nice cathedral that gets me more faith, gang? Okay? Bloody hell. Also, my patricians, withholding your wealth so that when the time comes, you will just buy me out, I guess. We do need a prison. The dungeon is full of trolls. Too right, actually. It's a good point. That is a very good point. Time's up. Prison time, I guess. This is horrible. This land we've built is nasty. For the wombat werewolf. Prison. Effect. We've lost some stability and we've lost some faith. Great. What are we on? Such low faith. Oh, wait, hold on. What faith? What do I need? What do I need generally? I don't even remember what I need. We'll find that out later on. Rebellion report. This just in. On the verge. Cannot start, cannot start. Defiance is too low. Needs to be 4 or higher. Yeah, okay. Because it needs to be higher than... Yeah, okay, gotcha. Great. See, we smoothed things out. We smoothed things out, didn't we, with the East? Blasphemy about your heir. Wait, hold on. Grandees. 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 Well, that's a rebellion happening, isn't it? Straight away. We need that stability up now. Yeah, too right. What should we deal with first? Let's deal with the blasphemy problem, or what's the latest trend? Let's find out. Bees! Andrew Zeal, Grandee Andrew Zeal, says, fashion is cyclical, Your Holiness. An old trend has returned and is swept to the south. Bees! Oh, no. Bees? In jewellery, Your Majesty, the buzzing insects can be found trapped in golden tree sap. My southern artisans use these to adorn necklaces and rings, shining like little gemstones. My artisans can't keep up with demand, and a glorious trade opportunity slips through my fingers. Our fingers. Well, what would you have me do? More bees! Their population in the south is dwindling. Why? Because you're putting them in jewellery? But you can help. Encourage farmers to focus on beekeeping. They keep the honey. I only ask for the bees that have been lost each harvest. Very ethical. Stop this nonsense, let the bees be. Decreases farming. That's fine. I don't really care about the Grandees anymore, because you're going to rebel, aren't you, gang? What about wasps? Wasps are cheaper than bees, but I promise you, people will notice a difference. Wasp jewellery is just creepy. Okay, let's put the matter to the council. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, there's a lot of options here. What should be done to address the lack of bees for jewellery in the south? This is an insane waste of the council's time. This is ridiculous. Approve subsidies for beekeeping, which will increase farming, decrease my treasury. No, decrease, yeah, my treasury. Increase everyone's wealth. And increase, what's that? There, trade. Mandate that all farmers in the south keep at least one beehive. Farming goes down. Trade goes up. Wealth goes up. Force new fashion trend instead. Authority role. Wasps, 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 wasps. We lose some treasury. That's terrible. Okay, so we don't... Ace is like a win for everybody. I'm gonna royal gamble on A. And I'm gonna see what happens. This could be terrible. No. Wasps? No. Grandees, you want this. You don't want wasps, surely. This is going to increase your personal defiance. Oh, I'm going to lose so much money. Throwing the game for the memes. Wasps all the way. Alright, ding, ding, ding. Voting is closed. Everyone wants wasps. Unbelievably, the council approves subsidies for wasp keeping. Most farmers have enough self-preservation to refuse the coin. Most. Treasury is lowered. Treasury got lowered again. Wasps are not bees. They can't produce honey. They don't look particularly nice in jewelry either. Guys! What they can do is sting, and they'll do it with enthusiasm. It doesn't take long for the farms to be overrun. In hindsight, this was not a good idea. Defiance is mutinous, and farming is needful. Great. Oh, yikes. Well, have fun with your wasp-filled... You know, rebelling in your wasp country. Blasphemy. Let's deal with the blasphemy then. High Inquisitor, Your Highness, an urgent matter. My agents suspect there's a reason behind the recent unrest. The Counts, gang, are stirring up chaos to power some kind of dark ritual. What? What sort of ritual? We don't know yet. I bet it involves blood. They've been too careful, but we must fight back against the sacrilege. Kingdom-wide curfew. Lower authority, higher stability, higher defiance. Delay scheme for 1 season. So your scheme is your scheme gonna go ahead? I need chat to answer me honestly because I can't remember how I actually check what your actual schemes are. Well, I can see all your wealth. Like, is there a way I can just quickly get a look at all the schemes, or is that something that our scheme will go ahead if stability is 2 or lower? So if I order kingdom-wide curfews, a little bit of defiance isn't a problem, right? Although you could rebel if I stop your blood ritual potentially. I'm just gonna roll the dice on this one. They will get it this season unless delayed. I'm hoping that the voting block, the power of patricians and grandees. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Coming out in force, kind of. Oh no, please come out in more force would be better. You've got 10 seconds to come out in as much force as possible. So. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good on a kingdom-wide curfew. One of the counts voted for it. Someone's... 2 counts, but 3! From the inside. Voting is closed. Kingdom-wide curfews. Oof. Few citizens approve of the curfew, but things settle down throughout the kingdom. You can only hope it's enough to stop the counts. Authority is mocked. Stability is now unstable, which is better than it was before, which is great. Defiance is now cordial. Defiance is now insolent. That's pretty bad. Defiance is now furious in the south. Yikes. Oh, the other 2 are these regions. This one, the regions that we didn't pick. They would be in the game if we pick those. That's cool. Okay. About your heir. Alright, what's going on? Your marriage to Rhoda is not what you'd hoped. She seldom sleeps in your bed, and over breakfast you exchange only a few frosty words before she departs to a board meeting. But she loves me, okay? The last thing on your mind is procuring an heir. The needs of the kingdom must prevail. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair, said the Queen Mother. I'm very happy, thank you. It went about as well as expected. It felt more like a life sentence than a wedding. I am very happy. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. Let's say it's temporal expectations here. You're still in power, aren't you? Still got the crown on your head, and that's what matters. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard or the youngest of your many cousins. Okay. I'm holding out for our sort of me and Rhoda's you know, our business relationship to continue. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child lying around somewhere. I met my youngest cousin, my lowborn child from the orphanage. I think we should get down to business in business time. I think we should have a child together, the traditional method. A month off from ruling's like, oh no. A month off? Is that what people are doing? I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Okay, right, end season. Let's see what rebellion's gonna happen. A pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged to speak of their latest schemes. Good news from the capital, my friend. Well, bad news, but good for us. Oh yes, fires, wanton murder, and giant spiders. All that and more. The fabric between worlds is wearing thin. The time is ripe to summon a demon. But which honoured guest should we invite? Oh, just within the counts. Which demon should the counts summon to defeat the king? Ankarad, Lord of Dismay, the seventh god's smile. Goal, lower own faith. Belfeminar, the hungering absence, queen of corruption. Raise your own trade. Everyone seems to want the Lord of Dismay here. Seventh god's smile. Wow. Someone said something in chat that I need to... Oh, I'm scrolling back. Ding, ding, ding. 34 votes for 34 votes for Ankarad, Lord of Dismay. Bloody hell. Voting is closed. 35 nobles voted for Ankarad. Congratulations. Ankarad will never break through the wall. The church has its claws in the hearts of the people. If we make the kingdom ideal for his presence, he will sweep through the land and leave nothing but grinning corpses. From one of these corpses, we will simply pick up the crown. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 1 or less, which is great because you're on 2. The end game. At least one region has entered the final stage of their scheme. If they pass it, they'll win the game. There are some exceptions. If 2 or more regions pass the final scheme stage, the winner will be decided at random. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0, and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. Okay. If rebellion ends with a rebellion win and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. The monarch can only win in ambition events, which will appear after you've acquired an heir. God, that's going to take so long! Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The thrice-cursed king is still refusing to sell us any public land. It makes sense. The treasury's flush with coin right now. Patience, my friend. Let's bide our time until the king's gold runs out. The patrician's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Yeah, try and take it. I love money, and I love gambling it incorrectly. Now, the counts discover a rich new vein of copper ore making 500 wealth. The other neighbors go 200 wealth. Taxation effects. Extra defiance. We can't tax the Grandees because presumably they're currently rebelling. Patricians have got a lot of money. They've got a lot of collective power here, which I don't like. The counts might be good to tax because then they can, like, maybe not mess up my... Maybe they can't have much influence. They're about to summon a demon. Yeah, let's tax them. Let's tax them. We make good money. We make good bank. The patricians are my pals. They're my friends. They're my gang. You know, we're all about business. I'm all about making sure that my wife likes me. Kingdom is in rebellion. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Victory points are earned through events. If the rebels are victorious, the monarchists are overthrown. So you're currently rebelling. Counts are on the verge of rebellion. The patricians cannot start rebellion. Neither side has any victory points. Loyalists and patricians and counts are on my side. So you want to not have rebellion happen. You can vote, though. Please don't. That would suck. Rebellion. Let's deal with that first. Get out of the way. At long last, the Grandees have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Grandee Panthera Onka. His eyes are alight with righteous fury. The ninth god has judged you unworthy, pretended to the throne, and the Grandees of the south have listened. We will rise up and fight for Vargas, the true monarch. Authority is now feeble. Stability is now turbulent. This is so bad. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. Do I seize him now? That's pretty bad. Neither of these are good. Stability... Well, I can't have less authority, so I have to have less stability, I guess, because if it's 0, I'm out. Come along now, traitors get the chop. What, you can't do this? I'm an envoy. See how the king's tyranny grows worse by the day? Defiance is now treasonous. It's fine. You're currently rebelling, Grandees. Your watchman wastes no time. Grandee Panthera Onka is dragged out in the courtyard and his head is struck from his shoulders. I didn't expect to move so boldly, your majesty. He's died, but the second has joined the council, Panthera Onka. What are our chances against the rebels? How did things get this bad? The Grandees are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they won't persuade any other regions to join the rebellion. That would be disastrous. The leader of the rebellion is Grandee, ugly caveman. As reasons for the uprising, you cite your history of petty transgressions against the Grandees. Is it too late to apologize? It is. Now's the time for swords, not words. So it's time for civil war. That's right. Kingdom is divided. There'll be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over. Great. Oh no. I can't wait. I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Oh, at least he likes war. This is where war's happening, and yet we still have to go and deal with some of your petty grievances. Peasants on side. Let's deal with that first. Deep in the desert, a group of rebel Grandees have gathered to discuss the civil war. With them are their spies, a cluster of nondescript southern citizens in ordinary clothes. Greetings. This is Atheist Addict says, greetings, righteous friends. I trust the Ninth guides your path. T-Jab says the Ninth no doubt wishes King Tom's reign of tyranny over. That's precisely why I invited you here. We know the petitions are in the king's pocket, but are there peasants? Chat just like people rallying around the counts. Stay loyal, demon is close. Not wasp lovers, bisexuals. Very good. Demon wasps, we're not going to let it happen. Southern spy. Noble patrician Humblebee has amassed vast wealth, even in this time of conflict. I doubt it's shared. Wait, is Humblebee literally the most valuable? No. Where is Humblebee? Let's find out how valuable Humblebee is. 1,200. That's like nothing. This guy's got 2,100. He's got 2 big ones. He's got 2 Gs. I hope it's shared with the ordinary people of the coast. Our spies spread the word. We'll keep kind to the peasants, the noble patrician Humblebee, and their corrupt compatriots. We are blessed. Let us decide how to proceed. How could the Grandees bring loyalist peasants to join the rebel cause? Promise riches to those who move one less from the coast, which will increase your trade. Set aside bountiful farmland for coastal peasants to increase your farming, or roll the farming dice. Give a huge amount of actual money to Southern Army recruits, or use the spies to improve our tactical military position instead. Roll the dice on military. I'm very fond of how you have collectively you guys have like you have your own individual votes. That's kind of fun. I just have to watch as you promise riches to those who move on us from the coast. You're trying to get the patrician vote on board, huh? Voting is closed. 34 of you voted for this. Grandee, Atheist Addict's trusted spies spread through the coast, whispering of the wealth and glory to be had for fighting for a just cause. Trade challenge succeeded. The weeks pass and the Grandees grow nervous. When groups of peasants arrive, they immediately start scheming. As the troops clean their weapons, make repairs, and heal their wounds, one thing's for sure, they'll soon have a chance for some actions. Stability is now anarchic, and your military is now capable. Hopefully there'll be enough of the kingdom left for them to enjoy once this is all over. This is so bad, gang. This is so bad. Zero stability. This is, if I can get it up, it's game over unless I can pull a stability out of opening strike. Ugly caveman, there you are, leader of the rebellion. Rebellion? This kingdom is blackened by faces and dishonor. The Ninth God is weeping for what we have become, and whose fault is that? Code Monk says, King Tom, the mad tyrant. I think I'm a pretty sane tyrant, actually. I'm a sane king, ruler, guy, okay? Alas, you are right. We have no choice but to raise our banners, march on the capital, and install a better ruler, someone like the noble Vargas. But first, we must work out our opening move. Pray to the Ninth. Let him help us decide. We can launch a preemptive strike against the patricians to cripple their military capabilities. But you just hired them. If we suspect the counts may join our cause, we can call them to war. They're more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. Don't look at my authority. Just don't look at all the stability, actually, for that matter. We'll just get that right out of the way for now. Okay. Oh, and there was some other option I didn't read by accident. Oops. Petition for the support of the church, send an assassin, call upon the counts, launch preemptive strike. You guys get to decide. Either way, I'm dead. Oh, I really hope this is... I kind of wanted to see the blood demon happen. It's just going to be a boring war. Call upon the counts. Is it going to work? I don't know if the counts might see, you know, the writing being on the wall and think, you know what, sod, the blood demon can come later down the line. 34 votes for call upon the counts. 10% chance of failure. Let's continue. Voting is closed. 35 of you voted for the counts to join. The Grandees smuggle a secret message to the counts. Of course, succeeds. Rebel Gender says, gaze upon the stars, my king. Gaze upon and see the end of your misrule. We must spend all on the stars and praise the god of dismay. I also like Andrew Zeal says, oh, say Oh, say, can you be by the dawn's early hive? You have to deal with my incredibly bad singing there. Incredibly bad high-pitched singing. We must rebel now. Okay. Dignified counts. Ugly Caveman says, dignified counts, too long have you suffered under the king's oppression. You Easterners are a proud people. Why are you putting up with this tyrant? Join us. Count DeWitt67 says, he speaks truly. Why did we never think of things this way? The counts are emboldened by the call to rebellion. Of course, they can only act on it if their defiance is high enough. It is more than high enough. Oh no, I'm just gonna see this rebel, like it's gonna shoot up, surely. If I click continue fast enough, will it not tick over? Like if I just smack it now, because it's getting higher by the second. Still no. Rebel, rebel, rebel. I see a lot of rebel commands in chat, which makes me think that okay. If I click, I'm gonna click end season. I'm gonna see what happens. Okay. Dong. Oh, we can tweak the laws, can we? If nobles vote for the monarch's choice, they gain 500 personal wealth. That's so good. That is such a good law option to have. +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option. That's also good because I desperately need stability. I think it might just be game over though. But let's take this one because I have maximum laws. Let's get rid of Royal Gamble. I've spent way too much money. Continue the rebellion report. Currently rebelling on the verge. Kingdoms of Rebellion, the first... Yeah, we know this. We know this. End year. This is it, isn't it? This is the end. All is lost. Corrupt king bribes the council. Over the last week, the kingdom has fallen apart, gripped by unrest and infuriated by the civil war, tearing the kingdom apart. The common folk have risen against you. You're sheltered in the palace while the mob heaves through your streets, toppling your statues and calling for Vargas to take the throne. You must regain control, Your Majesty. It's too late. All is lost. Ooh. Maybe we can bring it back. Send for the treasurer. The treasurer cut her loss this morning. She's fled along with a great deal of your gold. Great. Okay, fine. Fetch me a marshal. The marshal's unavailable. She's trying to contain the riots. Then what can be done? Our options are limited, says the spy master. Somewhere nearby glass smashes. You become aware of a dull, muted roar like a flood rushing through a valley. What's that? I believe the common citizens have arrived at the palace to meet you in person, Your Majesty. The roar is 10,000 angry voices getting louder and louder. Swords clash along with gurgling screams. Oh no. Do I call for my wife in my time of need? Queen Consort rode a flood the palace days ago like a rat fleeing a sinking ship. No doubt she is well on her way back to the coast. Chancellor, do you have any ideas? Just one. The Chancellor heaves open a nearby window and sticks her leg out. It is an honor, Your Majesty. I'll see you on the other side. They leap out into the open air. There's a long shriek followed by a distant thud. Oh my god. Alright, quick, Spy Master, what can I do? It's my fault, really, for allowing things to get to this point. She takes a step towards you, pulling a curved blade from somewhere within her sleeve. For the good of the kingdom. Oh. I'm going to run. The Spy Master throws her knife with deadly accuracy. As you tumble down the steps with the blade between your ribs, the roar of the mob grows louder and louder. Your last thoughts are of the rebellion. The Grandees have won by default. A shame. You'd hoped to have put up more of a fight. Damn. Having plunged the kingdom into utter chaos, King Tom was assassinated by the Spy Master, whose loyalty was always to the kingdom, not the king. Rushing to complete the scheme, the counts attempted their blood ritual too early. The summoned demon escaped their control and slaughtered dozens, including Luda and Count Krasbitstolch. The patrician's attempt to buy the kingdom ended in failure. Bankruptcies were filed, marks were scratched in secret ledgers. The risk-reward calculus wasn't favourable. Perhaps next time. Very good. Very, very good. With the kingdom in chaos, Vargas, leader of the Southern Rebellion, seized the throne. The rioting died down as the common folk waited to see how the new monarch would fare, but they kept their pitchforks sharp. Endgame ledger. Blimey. King Tom the Useless. 2 years, 0 months. Road to the Coast. Monarch Vargas won. What a cool game. So, we haven't spent that long on the stream. I'm wondering we could spool another one potentially. We could spool another. We could do something different. I don't mind. Click on nobles. Oh, we can click on the nobles. Oh, wealthiest noble Nuclear Twister 6, 21k. Poorest noble Muppeteers with just $100. Nuclear Twister, I'm almost certain probably I can imagine just joined and then immediately left. Kingdom. Well, we did pretty bad. I had to change the name of the Monarch's book. AFK, yeah. So yeah, we can do perhaps the next chapter in this dynasty. Yo. Okay. Let's see what happens. Continue your dynasty. You may now continue a game. Complete the games will create new sets where you can continue the story of your dynasty. That's real exciting. Wow. We can play as Vargas. Okay, so I guess we start another one. I'm gonna get a little water. To top myself up. Take a little 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll keep going, I guess. And then for next time, we can do we can continue from there. I think this will be a 2-streamer, if not more. This is great fun. I'm really enjoying this so far. I'll try and do some fun voices maybe this time. Should I try and do some fun voices? That'll be fun. I'm getting into it. Great. Okay. Continue Dynasty. Your second game will include Dynasty events. We continue the story of previous events. Your nobles will return to their previous regions and keep their wealth. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Okay. Fantastic. Let's do that. So continue game. The Game Zone Dynasty. Monarch Vargas spreading over the kingdom that counts these positions to the coast of the Grandees in the south. Load game. Wow. Fantastic. All right. Okay. Everyone can join. !join and your pronouns. Thank you for the sub. Infinus. Subscriber Prime. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. I'll see you in just 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break. Hello. Your leader has returned. The noble Vargas. Hopefully there's a trial by combat this time too, right? Alright. Thank you for the subs, people who subscribed in the meantime. Thank you so much. Means a lot. It keeps us doing streams. Yeah. Hopefully, I should actually use this time to give you a little update on the old stream schedule. Next week, no stream. I'm away. I'm in the Czech Republic. So there won't be a stream next week. Week after that, there'll be another stream. Probably this again. I should hope. Or potentially we'll do another stream this week to keep the continuity going on. Yorko, how's Matt doing with his big old move? He's got the house now, which is great. However, it's gross. It's a fixer-upper. So we'll see how he gets on. Big old move. Big old gross house. Should we get going? Should we just start in? Monarch Vargas of the Game Zone Dynasty. Begin game. Alright. So, what do we got? 5 authority, 5 stability. We got some trade, some stuff. Has this been relatively... I guess it's not been that... It's interesting that we have no defiance from... Oh, no defiance from the Grandees because we're in control now. Great. And yet our capital's all the way up here. Okay. Am I going to learn more about Czech Games Edition? I'm not. I'm just going to the Czech Republic to learn more about, I think, supposedly quite cheap pints. Alright. I am a Grandee now. And I respect the Grandees. Because I am one. And we fought... There was a horrible, nasty, corrupt ruler. Okay? And we got rid of him. And now the land is gonna prosper. Under our rule. Counts introduction. Grandee, you wicked smart guy. The 9th has smiled upon us and our plans have come to fruition. Verily, there is much to celebrate. Now, remember your duty. You must ensure the Grandee's interests are enforced throughout the kingdom. 9th, bless the south. What if I governed for the good of the whole kingdom? I'm a monarch now. You can't push me around. Let's get some equity. Let's get some equity here. What if I govern for the good of the whole kingdom? You know? You gave me your word that you would serve our interests. To break that promise would be most dishonourable. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council. But don't forget what I told you today. To introduce to the Council of the East. It's the ends of invention. An honour to finally make your acquaintance, your highness. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Hello, Olav Bartholomeus. A pleasure, your august majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And with that, the introductions are done. People in chat already with the exclamation mark rebels. Just come on now. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Grandee Elbent says, what do you think? Will they be a good little monarch and do as they're told? Grandee Wicked Smart Guy says, too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling we should have a backup plan just in case. Vote D. What? Exclamation mark wasps. We'll bring back the wasps at some point. Okay. Path to victory. Spymaster, your majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I guess I should really I should somewhat give this... So if you were a Grandee in the last game, I think I work for you now. So generally speaking, I'm going to sort of pick what the... I'm going to trust that the Grandees are going to be the ones chatting. And I'm going to choose the one that they reckon. I think. I mean, like, is it military? Trade seems pretty high. Like, do we want to be good at trade? Good at faith? You can be loyal or not, up to you. Faith peacekeeper. Vote wasps. Okay, yeah, this didn't work at all. You're almost the same as the last game, so go nuts. You know, I want to be in the Grandee's good books this time, and I think we should get down on the trade, really, shouldn't we? And after this new golden age, you know, you wanted it this way. Your throne was won with battle. Go military. I like that as well. Okay. Let's do trade. Let's proffer in a new golden age. You know, let's try it. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. So that's pretty good. We're already on 20. 20 combined total. That's absurd. Coronation. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from King Tom, but you must still answer to the council. As a tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's just get it over with. Should we call the nobles in? All right, here we go. Let's just start the vote. We can have a lavish ceremony in the south for more defiance, less money, and more faith. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god, more faith. Throw me into the river, which is almost certain it was going to happen again. While at traditions, there is no need for coronation at all. Start vote. Into the river. I'm so ready for river, you know? I prepared for river. I love that. I think that's just delightful because it's like, again, it's that fun, you know, like between the audience and the streamer, and then also the fact that it's like, it's just like, that's how traditions work. Why do we do it? Because we did it before. We're going to do it again. We always throw the monarch into the river. It's going to increase our stability, though. It's going to be a very stable, prosperous nation. This time, I'm gonna be more of a ruler. This time, I'm gonna take things more seriously. You know, throw the monarch into the river. It is decided the monarch we throw into the river. In we go. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you to the Treadwater River, hurl you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb up the bank, soaking wet, the chance slips forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or some of the nobles' stuffed giggles? Once again, River Boy, Wet King. We stand a Wet King. End season. Jeremy, my fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch Vargas swears the crown. Oh, what scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred claimant, Jeremy, on the throne? Doppelganger, blood ritual, possession. Blood ritual's looking spicy likely, isn't it? You already did it, didn't you? You did it at the end of the last game. It just failed. I should just be able to cancel the vote immediately, really, because it's going to be blood ritual, isn't it? 22 votes for blood ritual. Lock it in. It's blood time, and you've got very high farming already. Dang. You have got the highest farming. The counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all of the regions, paving a clear path to the throne. But first, they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. Yada yada yada. We know this. Highest farming in 4 seasons. Patricians, Irina, fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Monarch Vargas. Something must be done. Subterfuge, monopoly, or corruption. How are you going to do it this time? Raise your own trade, you're going to lower stability, you're going to lower authority. Raising your own trade, I mean, that's tricky because that's also my goal, isn't it? Like, to have everyone do trade. Lower authority, because it's already kind of low. I don't like this. You saw me become a wet leader, and you were like, this guy's a sucker. Okay, continue. Voting is now closed. The patricians plan to turn this throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold. Excuse me. Patricians plan to turn the throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold at will. First, they must ensure the rule of law is crumbling. To advance their scheme, patricians must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. 4 or less in 3 seasons. Dang. Brutal. We may have thought that Vargas was the rightful monarch, but we were wrong. The ninth god has shown me in a dream that I am destined to wear the crown. Is Devi. Alright. That's what seems to pursue me? Intimidation or witch hunt or excommunication. How are you going to get rid of your guy, by the way? Your guy on the throne. High faith is looking pretty good. You're already on high faith. You're all going to do great. This is classic Grandee behavior, isn't it, really? It's classic Grandee behavior. Never bloody happy, are we? I'm not a usurper. Alright, voting's closed. What scheme should the Grandees pursue to overthrow? It's witch hunt. Highest faith. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the Grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the south is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, they must be in the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. So highest faith for them, highest farming for the blood ritual, authority lower than 4. Okay. And I've got no heir. End season. The 9 has spoken. You are no longer our guy. But I was your guy. Alright. The Honor Guard? Should we go back to the Honor Guard again? As tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The Council of the Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, traditions with the Gladiators of the Arena, and the Grandees, the Battle Nuns. Think carefully, these lords will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries to be loyal to the coin. I think it's coin time. I think it's foreign mercenaries. I think that it's... I think we should get the... I think I've made my decision. I'm going to get I think I'm going to get the mercenaries. Oh, that's going to up everyone's defiance, though. That's insane. Okay, maybe not. No one really cares about defiance this time, though, do they? So maybe whatever one makes the Grandees mad. I mean... I don't want to... So not the nuns. Coastal Gladiators are pretty cool, aren't they? No Honor Guard. Maybe I don't need an Honor Guard. That'll make everyone happy. I don't need one. Oh. Okay, fine. I've changed my mind. Wait, more authority. I like authority. I'm doing it. Alright. Everyone got pretty mad. But I've got more authority now. See? I'm a strong boy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Based, indeed. Based on what? Alright. So, Saint Sinner or Gossamer Shield? Let's go with Gossamer Shield. Let's sort out the East first. Countless Sephi the Exalted, your highness, heed my plea. The great tragedy of our time has befallen the East. Demons hatched from the ground? That's exactly what you want. Someone died, or you ran out of capes. Let's be silly, let's say you ran out of capes. Worse than even that, I fear. An order of once great knights has fallen into disrepute. It's the order of the Gossamer Shield, your grace. They could be my honor guard. They could be cool. People are just putting exclamation mark assassinate in chat. Unbelievable. They were once the greatest of the knightly orders to serve the counts. Their virtues were extolled by bards across the land. Tales that would make a troll weep. But they've been brought low. They're working as glorified bounty hunters for the coast. This is a stain on the honour of the East. Nonsense. Lord Patrician Conman AU says, nonsense, our military has suffered some setbacks recently, so we hired Gossamer Security to keep order for a pretty penny, I might add. Their military is now mediocre. But some of your wealth has decreased. Gossamer Security has been solving the problems we want solved, and kicking the buttocks we want kicked. Blood and Stars, Gossamer Security, how has it come to this? These are knights, not mercenaries, and they need reminding of a little thing called chivalry. Please, your highness, I beg the council to be reasonable. Should the order of the Gossamer Shield be recalled and reformed to its former glory? Recall the order and restore its courtly dignity, which will do something to defiance. It will decrease my stability. It will decrease everyone's wealth, and it will decrease farming for some reason. Invest in Gossamer Security to help protect the coast. Treasury is going to get tanked. Defiance is going to go wibbly. Trade's going to go up. Hire the order to Palace Watch. So I'm gonna veto. I think there's something I should definitely veto. Hire the order to join the Palace Watches as a lot of money, but it does increase our authority, which we do want. I'm going to definitely veto ignore, and we'll go with the rest. Look at these votes come in. Unbelievable. Hire the order. That's a lot of money we're spending, gang. Why do you want that, Grandees? A lot of Grandees want that pretty bad. Upping my authority is just good. It's just good. Oh, I see now with the little ticks. I thought they were down arrows, but they're ticks. The down arrows are over by authority. I get that. Okay, nice. Understood. Ding, ding, ding. Votes have come in. Voting is closed. Hire the order. That's a lot of money. That's so much money. When they arrive in the palace, the Knights of the Gossamer Shield, who look really lame, by the way, turn out to be petty, argumentative, and ruthless, worlds away from the countless Sephi the Exalted's romantic vision. They are very, very efficient. On their first day, they catch a thief sneaking into your kitchens and beat him to a pulp. Our authority is now commanding. Take that, patricians. Yeah, clear anti-patrician bias, you're right. As for the existing watch, they're intimidated by the newcomers who take delight in mocking their skill during sparring matches. Alright, what's going on down here then? Saint or Sinner? Count DeWitt67. All I'm saying is every Grandee claims to have a saint in our ancestry. Your great-great-grandfather was probably a common dullard. Shut your mouth, you hedge... There's Pippi Doodar says, shut your mouth, you hedge-born puzzlewit. His name was St. Umber, and he defended the werewolf at Aranjar by turning it into dust in an instant, according to my grandmother. If you're so sure, how about a little wager? A bag of gold says our ancestor was no saint. You're on. Oh, no. Please don't break... We're pretty dual... What's all this? Let's just ask. He spread damnable lies about my great-grandfather. If you really think he was a saint, then dig him up. Saints are incorruptible, and even after death, they don't decay. Very well. I request the council's permission to exhume my ancestor and prove this fool wrong. This is ridiculous. This is a huge waste of time. Pippa Doodar, you're crazy. Grant permission for the body to be exhumed is a test of faith. No, dead would stay underground. It will increase defiance for some reason. Seems like a... whatever. Ask the archer to check the church records instead. Look, there's a way out of this, gang. We're going to check the church records, test against our lovely stability. Everything's going to be fine, okay? Everything's going to be fine. Just don't take the big body out the ground. Just don't... I see the votes coming in. See the votes coming in. We just got to keep the bodies in the ground where they belong. Please. This is rough. We're just gonna pop a corpse out. We're gonna get it out of the wet mud. Take a little peek. The worms will have got to it, gang. Oh my goodness. All right, fine. 1 second. Dinged. Voting is closed. Grant permission for the body to be exhumed. 9th, bless you, your holiness. Now, where's my shovel? A few days later, the... Fantastic. Body exhumed from its resting place at the southern necropolis. Faith challenge failed. Yeah, of course. It's a corpse. Grandee Pippadoodle has discovered nothing but a moulding skeleton. Ha! Some saint. I think you owe me an apology, Count DeWitt. By the 9th, I was so sure. Word quickly spreads of Grandee Pippadoodle's humiliation, and faith in the church weakens as a result. Release the skelly. Faith is now skeptical in the coast. Faith is now impious in the east. Faith is now steadfast in the south. That's kind of good that faith is going down, I think. Maybe. I can't remember. No, they just want faith to be higher than the rest, don't they? That's how it works. All right. That's the end of the season. Nobles use their personal wealth to bid on buildings. Oh, here we go again. Aqueduct, library, cathedral, deer park, stadium, theatre. Farming stability. You know, you can see it on the screen. You can see it on the screen. Oh, it's impious. Not impious. Impious. I like impious. That's fun. Oh, someone's got little... Frank Scenario has emotes from the game. That's really cool. What are we voting on here? F, a theatre. To lower my authority. Yeah, fun that, isn't it? I should not let you have any money. Well, they're spending a lot. And what's the C? Cathedral, more faith. That's fine. We kind of like the Grandees. Why? Because we are one. Other counts poor. You've got a lot of rich nobles. I guess you just don't really need... You don't need it, really, do you? You don't need a library. And, like, an aqueduct, you're already highest in farming. Do you need more? You know? You're fine. You got this. Save your money for later on. Why are the patricians so rich? They're so rich because they continually gain silly amounts of money all the time. Yorko, the starting funds are not random. They continue between games. If you were in the first game. I don't know whether you were in the first game as well. Theatre, my authority is going to go down. Cathedral, your faith is going to go up. Exactly. Exactly what we thought it was going to be, really. Suspicious Knights, finding a spouse. The Abomination. I don't like one of these. I don't like one of those options. We should definitely tax the patricians. We should take away all their money because they have too much sway. All right. Suspicious Knights, let's start with that. Marshal, do you remember when we hired those Eastern Knights during the Palace Watch, the Orders of the Cobwebbed Seal or whatever? I don't even remember what they were called. I'm so sorry, the Count. Something's up. They're flashing far too much cash considering what we pay them. One of them has bought their horse a full set of gold teeth. They're terrifying. They stole my helmet and threw it in the moat. Said I should swim out and get it in my armor to prove myself. As you see, they're not fitting in. But they are doing a great job of keeping order in the city, and they're asking for their own barracks to keep separate from the rabble. How delightful. This is a good way to honor our fine order. Sephi, we know they're rubbish. Build a new wing of the palace. That's so expensive. That is so expensive. And we get more stability but less authority, which is exactly what they want. So we should veto that. That's an awful option. Refuse to coddle them. Defiance is going to go weird. Authority is going to go weird. Investigate where they're getting their funds. Oof. I don't like any of these options. But I definitely don't want the new... that's so much money to build a wing for some people that we don't even like. So let's just do that. Let's just see what the bloody patricians are going to vote for. Come out in swathes. Refuse to coddle them. They just want that authority down. Even a Grandee joined in there. Why do Grandees want to roll against authority? I mean, yeah, maybe that's just the good option. They want us to just do well, huh? Potentially. That is like all of the patricians voting for... How many are there in each faction? 163 of you total. Voting is closed. We're going to refuse to coddle them. We're going to roll against our authority. The East is now defiant, which is fine because it's still below our stability. Authority is now dubious. The Knights of the Gossamer Shield quit the Palace Watch and storm back to the east, leaving the Royal Palace with less protection. The Counts are quick to see the whole thing as a grave insult. Great. The other nobles are pleased that you avoid favoritism towards the Knights, and the business around the palace is much calmer than their bullying and posturing. Defiance has gone down. I feel like this blood ritual is going to become a problem, isn't it? Again, like the blood ritual faction is going to become a problem. Let's get a cool hot husband, wife, or partner first before dealing with the abomination. Your Majesty support we find a spouse. Yeah, I know. We're interested in anyone. We're just going to see what they offer. Messengers to the most noble, influential, noble families in the kingdom and see what they have to offer. Hilgelden says, it's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the Grandees we agreed before we took the throne, right? Grandee Hilgelden. Oops. Did I just accept that? Oh, did I accept it? I didn't mean to accept that. If I did. Roll back the VT. Okay. Well, Hilgelden's my hill husband now. Let's go deal with the abomination. I didn't have a choice. Okay, cool. Your Highness. Pippadoodar. Pippadoodar of corpse... Oh, no. Previous corpse exhumer, Pippadoodar. Your Highness, I have something to confess. A terrible mistake. I was desperate to prove... my ancestor St. Umber was a saint after all. I saw a witch who lived in a giant snail shell in the desert. I paid her to summon my ancestor's spirit back into his old bones so I could ask him questions about his sainthood, but the ritual went wrong. Pippadoodar has increased their wealth to 250. My ancestor rose as a living skeleton. He killed the witch and ran off into the night. You fool. Dark magic? Necromancy? You belong to the counts. I should have you burned at the stake for this abomination. Should Grandee Pippadoodar be punished for dabbling in necromancy? Grandee Pippadoodar should be burned at the stake. That's a lot of changes. I'm not even going to think about them. I've got no sway in this. Task her with hunting down the abomination she created. Military role. Let her off with a warning. That's just so much. Everything goes down. Everything goes down if we let her off with a warning. That's so bad. We get more defiance, more faith, less trade, less military. This is going to be a wash. You're all going to let her off, aren't you? Everyone's going to be like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Look at all this. Burn the... Oh, we're going to burn her. All right. For some reason, I'm more amiable to this. Letting her off with a warning seems bad for literally everyone, right? So, burning her at the stake somehow feels fine. Defiance will go up amongst the Grandees, I guess. Faith will go up on the Grandees. Trade will go up. Trade going up seems very strange. Oh, sorry. Yawning. Voting is closed. Should Grandee Pippadoodar be punished for dabbling in necromancy? Burning at the stake. No, please. Anything but that. I repent. That's exactly what someone who doesn't want to be burned at the stake would say. I'll enjoy feeding you to the flames. Jesus. Defiance is now cordial. Just one burn is fine. The next day, a wailing Grandee Pippadoodar is tied to the stake in the main square of the capital. The High Inquisitor takes great pleasure in setting a torch to the kindling. Faith is now zealous. Soon rumours spread of a dead saint in the desert. A wandering skeleton wearing nothing but rags has attracted a rabble of mad followers. The dead saint preaches that the modern Grandees have fallen from grace. After all, they brought him back with necromancy. What more evidence does he need? His fanatical followers launched surprise raids on southern troops, flaming arrows in the night, throats cut in the barracks, supply lines disrupted, and trade caravans set alight. Less trade, less military. The kingdom is less stable overall, which is bad because now we're on the cusp of rebellion, aren't we? With the blood counts. Oh no, skeleton unleashed. The skeleton saint, as he becomes known, will be a thorn on the Grandee's side for many years to come. You happy now? Doing your necromancy? All right, let's end the season. I reckon I'll do maybe like 2 more seasons, and then I'll probably hop off. Get some ZZZs, you know, and we can continue this another time. You get a small tax to the kingdoms. Oh, it's everyone. Or look how wealthy the counts are. It'll up their defiance though, and that's a real problem, isn't it? Although I don't even know if they're going to be that strong in a rebellion. Really, I don't know what they need for rebellion. It is so much money. They just get their way, don't they? They just get their way. But that is more for. Because if they rebel, they don't get their blood ritual, and I think people they're hungry for their blood ritual, so I'm going to tax them. That's right. You're going to get taxed. Oh, that is giving a lot of money to the patricians, but oh well. Rebellion report. On the verge. Count start. We love to see it. Oops. Tithe trouble. Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the patricians. I can see the rebels in the in my other monitor, and I'm scared by them. Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the patricians of the coast. Lately, they've been neglecting their tithes. What's a tithe? All the patricians are obligated to donate 1/8 of their monthly income to the church. If they want to stay out of the 7 houses when they die, that is. I'm not a debt collector. Who do you think the common folk will blame if the church starts failing? Me? No, Your Highness. They'll blame you alone. Especially if I tell my priest to spread word that you refuse to help a holy man in need. Go away, you irritating old fart. That will decrease defiance, it'll decrease faith, it'll decrease authority, it'll decrease everything. Okay, I guess I have to help. The worst offender is Lord Patrician LMH_Twitch. He hasn't paid his tithe in years. I want an example to be made of him. What should be done about patricians refusing to pay their tithes to the church? Offer the patrician to pay their tithes in full. Everyone will lose wealth. They will become more defiant. They'll become more faithful. Toss him into the dungeons as an example. Lose wealth. Stability goes up. Faith goes up. We need more authority, really, don't we? Patricians should be exempt from paying tithes. That'll do a whole bunch of stuff. Do nothing to address the problem. I wonder if a worse voting option is somewhere out there, really. I think they should definitely not be exempt. That's insane. So let's just go like that. To the dungeon. I bet you people are going to vote for him to go in, aren't they? Yeah, it's looking pretty likely. Oh, people want to do nothing, huh? People want to sit on my bum as authority and stability dwindle. This is horrible. What have you done? I should have exempted that one, shouldn't I? Oh no, but the tithes one would have been back. I guess at least the tithes one would have kept the patricians on my side. But now they're not on my side because I didn't make them exempt. This sucks. Okay. What should be done? Nothing, apparently. Council wants to do nothing to address this travesty. Very well, you'll see what happens. They are less aloof. They are less defiant, even. They are now aloof. Throughout the kingdom, priests preach their stocks. Blimey. I'm stumbling over my words. Throughout the kingdom, priests preach to their flocks that the monarch is a baby kicker and a devil worshipper. The gullible peasants lap it up. Stability is teetering and authority is ineffective. I'm doing a... Oh, because... Right, you want authority to be nice and low. I see. Eligible options? For what? Oh, we have found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young candidate for each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, use a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. They range 3 portraits. Each one is covered by a cloth. All right, then, let's see the candidates. They whisk away the cloth of the first portrait. This is Valentine, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Cindy dynasty. In her youth, she ran off and tried to join a circus. They found her in the end, thank the ninth. She had a laboratory installed in her castle and spent most of her time there conducting bizarre experiments. She attempted to suppress a peasant revolt on her land recently. I wonder why. She's an intriguing candidate. I'll give her that. Circus vampire is fun. From the coast, we have Maurinius, the wealthy heir to Lady Patrician heir of Rome's estate. I mean, just look at him. He's gorgeous. And apparently he's got a silver tongue, too. He's just a typical... Gang. Gang, I can't fall for another money-making scoundrel. Could be worse, but it could be a lot better. And finally, from the south, Bellona, the eldest daughter of the adult witch lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Like many in the south, she comes by her faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns, and she's got grand plans by all accounts. She wants to change the world. Not bad at all. Who do you think? By picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but gain a lifelong allegiance. So, there's nothing we can do about making the blood counts less mad. We don't count was rebel now before the stream ends. Oh no. I have made my decision. I refuse. No, do I refuse to marry any of them? I don't. None of them are jumping out to me. I think the circus lady is probably the most. But then, like, that will decrease your need to rebel. Bellona is your girl. Yeah, I think that will. It will quell people. Marry the council will calm. Okay, look. Here's what I'm doing. I'm marrying you. I'm marrying. Wait, what? Did I click the wrong person? The south. Oh, shoot. Did I click the wrong one? Oh, no. Who did I marry? Oh, no. Oh, no. Quick, just don't ignore the rebellion thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The Royal Navy has stopped a ship in the harbour of Thalassus, Your Majesty. It's a merchant ship from Danaea, and the crew have come down with some kind of plague. The captain refuses to go home, saying his crew need food and medical attention before offloading any cargo. The ship is carrying fine silks. No Precision Indigo Red says, that ship is carrying fine silks and rare dyes worth thousands. I don't care what happens to the crew. We need to secure those goods. Tell me more about this plague. The infected have high fevers, oozing pustules, uncontrollable vomiting. Sounds like the creeping scourge bumped off half the kingdom a few centuries ago. Let's call a vote. Do we allow the ship to dock and offload its goods? It will do a lot of bad stuff. It will decrease your defiance. It will decrease your trade. It will decrease your military. It will decrease everything. That's terrible. Quarantine the ship but take the goods. 50% chance of something. Quarantine the ship and toss the goods into the sea. The patricians will lose their wealth. What do we want? We want authority. I wish I could veto. I wish I could veto. I guess it's about what's doing right. You know, it's about what's doing right for the kingdom, and it's gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. Let's just take the goods, see what happens. Let's just start the vote. Let's just start the vote. I've lost control already. Oh, look at the counts, just voting for en masse for chaos, for anarchy. Flocking to the banner of torment. Look at them go. Unbelievable. It's pretty... Oh, it's close, though. The quarantine vote is coming up. That's pretty good. I'm going to take it, gang. Let's see what happens. We're rolling the dice. We're rolling the dice on this one. Quarantine the ship, but take the goods. That's not going to help everyone, isn't it? It's going to be good for everyone. The dyes and silks are carried into the port, much to the Patrician's Indigo Red satisfaction. The crew are left to wait out the infection on their ship. Trade is now dominant. Defiance is now, lowered defiance. Everyone, Indigo Red has got some money. Stars say the kingdom will fall and we will rise. Okay, chat. Scary. Fortunately, no plague is reported in Thalassus or anywhere else along the coast. 2 months later, the Navy board the quarantined ship and find nothing but corpses. Great. Oh, that's a rebellion. That's a rebellion. Alright. Time to end the season, I guess. Dong. Wallowing in corruption. In the dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Gino Babe says, good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting my bribes. They're becoming more and more open to corruption. Average Casper says, what are you getting in return? Oh, not much. A better seat in the council chamber. Access to the monarch's rooms when they're out. That sort of thing. But the important thing is that the monarch's staff are getting used to selling their principles to the highest bidder. So what next, says Average Casper. Palace staff are one thing, but the true prize would be the loyalty to the Chancellor and the rest of the monarch's inner circle. To do that, we need to demolish their respect for the monarch. If the kingdom is in chaos, they will see the monarch as an incompetent fool and be much more open to our bribes. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. In a distant castle in the south, in the picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Tolovini, 2 Grandees lie back and enjoy the sun. Praise be, whispers of our plan have reached the peasants and they are in uproar. They call for the sins of the monarch to be made lair. The faith is now fanatical. Everyone's saying the counts are trying to induct the monarch into an immortal cult of blood drinkers. Way! What more could we ask for? We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent among other regions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons. Oh dear. That's looking very likely. I got an IT. Oh, hold on, gang. There's something going on in there. What's going on in there? I don't know what's going on in there. Alright. Okay. Stop the count. Timer is set to 15 seconds and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over. Wow. That's ridiculous. I've got something in my teeth. Yeah, blood ritual. Kick it in. Oh. It was a tiny green thing. A tiny green thing was in my teeth. Looks kind of like a worm. It's probably because of all the worms that I was eating. Swing votes. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. Royal gamble. We don't like gambling. Let's have the swing votes. Let's make things swingy up in here. Alright. Currently rebelling. I can't believe this. 2 rebellions. And it's not that many years. It's like straight away it's time for rebellion. We're mad and demand just for vampire wifey. Alright. Let's have a wedding first to the person who I don't love. Civil War casts shadow over your wedding. Instead of being a joyous public holiday that arrives without much pomp and ceremony, still loyal nobles have arrived in the capital to keep appearances. Soon enough you're standing at St. Bernard's Cathedral with Bellona at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Maybe. I know, I get more stability and authority. I do. Now I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after a feast to dance. Bellona deserves it. Yep. By the time you find yourself alone, Bellona, it's past midnight, you never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. A shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bernard's Cathedral. I assure you the temples down the south are much grander. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. I'm going to be nice. Of course I'm nice. I never get homesick. I can't abide people who waste time dwelling on the past. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know the kingdom looks after itself. Bellona immediately changes the topic to talk about something she's more interested in. I'm just a humble follower of the Ninth God's teachings, and everywhere I look, I'm surrounded by sinners and heathens. I can't wait to laugh at them from thereafter. Oh my god, that's so interesting. It is, isn't it? Anyway, to continue the subject. You gently fall asleep to the sound of Bellona droning on about herself. Great. It's great. Love my cool new wife. Rebellion. At long last, the counts have reached their boiling point. You're confronting your throne by Count Theatre Tom. His smile as sharp as a scalpel. A count of these will bring you down. Pretender to the throne will rise up and fight for Jeremy, the true monarch. Authority is now ineffective. Stability is now teetering. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield. Low authority, low. Yep, low. Just everything's bad. Do we prefer less? I think we prefer less stability. No, we don't, because that's bad. I guess we prefer less authority, because no one wants that to go any lower. They're now treasonous. He strides out. I didn't expect to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances? Pretty good. The Count sounds like a military powerhouse. Too right they're not. I hope they don't persuade the other regions to join the rebellion. That would be disastrous. How do things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Count Boyan France. As a reason for the uprising, he's citing your history of petty transgressions against the Counts. Urge to murder rising. Yes, Your Majesty. Hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. It's civil war. It's civil war. Hello, Boyan France. You're the rebellion leader. I am going to try and kill you. Opening strike. Countboy in France. Oh, wow, you look amazing. Speedrun to 0 authority. Too right, Big Wizard Energy. It's been a long time coming. Over 300 years ago, the East was conquered. But before that, we were our own rulers, with a lineage of monarchs trending back 1,000 years. The glory days, says Countess Gwynethre. Indeed, and that's why we must rise up. By placing Jeremy on the throne, we will reclaim what we have lost. But first, we must decide on tactics. My fellow Counts, I ask you, how shall we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike. If you suspect the patricians may join our cause, we can call them to war. We could also call upon the church to condemn the monarch. Or finally, we send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. What you going to do? Assassin, faith, defiance, military? I can't believe you have enough money for assassins. Because I didn't... Did I tax you? I think I did tax you. I don't have an honor guard, do I? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. This could be bad. This could be real bad. Andrew Zeal saying, I'm more, you align more with the purples. Risky move as a Grandee. I see it. No guards or kings. I am dead. Voting is closed. Send an assassin. Count Mimhoff says, thank you for meeting with me at such short notice. The sum you offered piqued my interest. You understand why the sum is so high, though? 950. His wealth decrease. Yes, you want me to assassinate the monarch? It is no trouble. I am a child of the Viper. If you have the gold and you want a person dead, they are dead. Get it done. Oh, no. Am I just going to be dead? Is that going to be it for me? For Vargas? Is that what his name was? Thank you, Mike Mountain, for the sub. 50 months. Holy 50 months indeed. Thank you so much for supporting the streams. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Alright. Let's end season. Your Majesty's upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. Have the highest farming. Psha. I mean, they do have the highest farming. They're just currently rebelling. Witch hunt. Continued rebellion report. Are they winning? 5 victory points will win. If victory points will burn through events. If the rebels are victorious, the monarchy is overthrown. Currently rebelling. End season. God, that was a big hit to our... Oh, I'm not dead yet? Something's wrong. Let's talk about mustering an army first. The stars will claim the crown. It's neck and neck. The eastern border is lined with countless campfires. Pikemen practice their drills. The count's troops are gathering in vast numbers. Look at the count climb to waterfall says, look at them all. A wondrous sight, isn't it? We're ready to march? No, not yet. We're still mustering our forces. And on that subject, I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. How should the counts bolster their army? They cannot hire mercenaries. They cannot call upon a holy order of the ninth, but they can conscript a mass of peasant levies, or they can, or the existing army will be enough. If you conscript your mass, you are going to lower your goal for that eventual blood ritual. But nope, they don't care. They want to kill me so bad. I'll see how we do when we... I think we'll get to the end of this current season, and then we'll call it there, I think. If I survive to the end of the season. 40... Wow. Clean sweep. Clean sweep. Unanimous vote. Unbelievable. Conscript a massive peasant levies. The East has a long-standing tradition of sending our peasants off to serve as human shields for real soldiers. Great. Military is now capable. Oh, damn. The counts pull peasants off the fields and their spears into their callous hands. It's made a few bad harvests for sure, but the East can survive that, right? A great battle. Here we go. Vast armies darken the landscape like the shadow of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your Majesty, the army of the East is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur, Count Boyan France. I've received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the south. If they march now, they'll intercept the counts in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the coast. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance of defeating the accursed counts. What are your orders, Your Majesty? Grandees to fight the Eastern Army head-on. They've got so much... Oh, they haven't got much. They've only got 5 military. They should join forces. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Grandee Biodynamo, the commander in the field. Hopefully they'll do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on a battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them, says Grandee Biodynamo. Oh, it's time to vote. Do you defy orders to the Southern Army to fight the rebels? Do you follow orders and link up with the patricians? Or do you hang back and let the rebels march on the capital without challenge? Do not obey? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Why? Gang? Oh, no, you're following orders. You're following orders. You're following orders. Sorry. Sorry. I jumped the gun there. I jumped the gun there. I thought you were going to defy. But you're... Look. I deeply respect this move. I thank you. I thank you. We have to quell those blood ritual madmen. Voting is now closed. It's settled. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for the marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at your throne room looking perfectly composed. Your Majesty, as you ordered, the Grandees have turned their army around to link up with the patricians. All according to plan. Indeed, Your Majesty, let's hope the plan is sound. It's all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. We will prevail. That's the spirit. Now I really must be going. I have a lot to take care of. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the Southern Army's retreat has given the Counts free rein to pillage and plunder the South. The rampaging Eastern troops descend on farms like the locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. I'm so sorry about what happened to your farming. Meanwhile, shops, churches, and manors are plundered and the stolen loot shipped back to the East. Some wealth has decreased, but your trade in the East is now wealthy, our trade is now modest. We need to stop this, gang. But while the South suffers, the Southern forces successfully link up with the patricians. Now the joint army of the Grandees and patricians rush to meet the Counts in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Ooh. Something's wrong. Oh, it's not like any other. You're lying in your monarch-sized bed with your wife by your side, snoring gently. As is often the case, the troubles of the kingdom are keeping you awake, especially rebellion. How could the Counts betray you like this? For once, though, your insomnia comes in useful because it allows you to hear the slithering under your bed. Oh no. Reach into your pillow for a hidden dagger. With the dagger in your hand, you feel better, but when the slithering turns to hissing, you feel much worse. Let's wake. Shall I wake my cool wife? What time is it? 5 more minutes. When you explain the situation, she says, bolt up, rubbing sleep from her eyes. Yes, I hear it. What are we going to do? Time to poke my head. Nestled underneath you, are shocked to see a coiled serpent, black scales gleaming in the moonlight. Before you can utter a scream, it lunges at you, hissing, dodge! The serpent's jaws snap shut an inch from your nose. You scramble away. The serpent slithers out from under the bed. It pulsates and writhes, and abruptly transforms into a hooded human figure, a knife clutched in one hand. Any last words, Your Majesty? Oh no. Oh no. I have no guards. Get behind me, Bellona. Upon hearing your shouts, officers burst into the bedchamber, the swords drawn. Yes! Get back, Your Majesty, protect you from this villain. In an instant, the assassin is replaced with a whirl of flashing blades. A few seconds later, your officers are convulsing and foaming at the mouth. The assassin steps forwards to you completely unopposed and hurls the dagger. As the assassin flings a blade, your life flashes before your eyes. A 60% chance. Duck. You're out of the way with the knife, but you're too slow. It sinks hilt deep into your shoulder. You try to stand up, but your legs are weak. You collapse to one side, convulsing. Everything goes black. You fall into a deep abyss. After that, you linger for several days fighting the poison that's causing your system, but it's no use. Your blood is running with enough venom to kill 10 monarchs. You'll never wake up. You'll never know whether the rebels won the civil war. They probably got everything they wanted thanks to your untimely death. The rebels gained 5 victory points. All you know is this: it's a horrible job being monarch. Wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. Or maybe your worst enemy, Jeremy of the Counts, for example. We'll find out soon enough. And that's it. Oh my goodness. That is probably the easiest. How many years was that? It was like none. It was none years. During a rebellion, Monarch Vargas was assassinated by the treacherous Counts. After losing the civil war, the patricians retreated to within their borders and immediately began plotting as a usurper. As a reward for staying loyal to the monarch, the top Grandees were beheaded. In public, the survivors swore loyalty to the new regime. In private, they swore vengeance. Tom cares too much about raising and lowering kingdom status, completely ignores about defiances, lol. Correct. Oh my goodness. The Counts launched a rebellion that toppled the monarch and devastated the kingdom. In the aftermath, nobody could stop them from taking the throne, and Jeremy was crowned to half-hearted cheers from the traumatized common folk. Monarch Vargas the baby kicker. Delightful. Absolutely delightful. 1 year, 3 months. Wealthiest noble is Zani 12 with 24k. Poorest noble is Alpha Rats Markup with 0. The kingdom was doing pretty bad. Unbelievable. Secretly account loyalist, quite possibly. That's grand. Customization, you may customize your monarch and noble characters. Customization, everyone who bought the game. Noble shields. Wow, that's so cool. If you have the game, you can do some little tweaking to how you look. Delightful. That was really fun. We can continue that again, another stream, I think. We'll do that again some other time. For now, that's been King of the Castle, which I kept calling For the King. But there we go. That was a great time. I love that. Oh yeah, the game is it's very cheap. It's like £3.50. So if you do want to customize your character when you pop in for next time, chuck the devs a bit of cash. Chuck us some cash. You can prime sub, you can sub, you can do whatever you damn well please to keep the channel going, to keep things chugging along as we continue in this year of our Lord 2023. Next week there will be no stream. There'll be no stream at all. I don't think, anyway. I mean, I'm going to be away. I might do another stream later this week, but we'll see. It tends to be the Tuesday streams do well. I did a stream on not Tuesday, and it didn't do as well. So, we'll stick to this. We'll stick to this schedule for now. On the channel, this is fun. This is like a little update thing. Over on the YouTube channel, Next week, we might have a video. We'll see. It's my video. If it happens, it's because I managed to get it done this week. If it doesn't happen, it's because I'm depressed. After that, who knows? Podcast-wise, we'll have one for this week, I think. Myself and some other folks on the team are going to be playing, or some other folks, single, Quins. We're going to be playing a team game and maybe some other stuff. We'll see how we go. So there should be a podcast this week. Hopefully one for next week as well, if we can scramble one as well. Newsletter just went out. If you are a donor, you should have got the most recent newsletter. If you didn't, you can email us and we'll get that to you. This is very official what I'm doing here, but I think it makes sense, doesn't it, really? To do this. This is what the streams are for, you know? They're checking in with our... If I was going to swear, it would have been not a family show. It would have not been a family show if I'd have sworn. Our great community. Thank you for hanging out, gang. Really good turnout for this one. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you all voting. I appreciate you all very much. That's the stream. We'll do one again very soon. Maybe not next week, maybe later this week. But we'll do this again, definitely. King of the Castle. Have a good rest of your evening or day or whatever you choose to do with it. See you soon. Goodbye. Where's the stop button? I can't see the stop button. There's the stop button. Bye.